choo!
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Chugga chugga choo choo! Hi everybody, thank you for that hype train.
Woo!
I say the people who subbed were us.
Who is us?
Oh,
It was us all along.
We did
made
have
our
a
own
train.
hype
We brought a train to the final battle after all. I'm
Yeah.
thrilled.
Yeah.
We're
Good.
taking this train. We're hitting.
We brought the
Delira.
train in spirit.
Delira with a hype train.
This is going to be those true, like, it's the hopes and dreams of all the people around the
I
world.
will say, sure, we'll
That's
deal
right.
Delira 1d10 damage per level of hype train.
Oh.
Actually do that.
Oh,
No.
Could you imagine if we killed the
Open
final
wallet.
boss of the
Oh my
campaign
god.
through
Oh,
crowd
that would be so
participation?
funny.
okay, hear me out. We just do a
Yeah.
one-shot that's entirely financially funded decision for a chat. Okay?
But
What? It'll be-
charity.
It'll be like
Wait,
crowd control.
yeah, the
but
charity
D&D.
charity of us, you know.
No, but like that's a
Charity,
great
right,
idea
yeah.
for a charity drive.
Yeah, no, it is actually.
Yeah, actually, that'd be amazing.
That's actually, you know.
Like a crowd control D&D.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
depending on what.
Twitch
Yeah.
chat plays D&D.
Twitch chat plays D&D.
Oh god,
That'd be
I love
pretty
it.
But yes, there will be ads running in just a second, a hot second, I believe. Because the
Yeah.
hype train used the ads, so we decided we'll just show up here
I'm
anyway.
not sorry. I don't apologize for my actions.
And the session will start once that ad is finished. So you got us for a couple of extra minutes just talking shit.
We joke about
Yuck,
that,
yuck,
but
yuck,
I'm going to
yuck.
quickly run to my fridge and grab my water because we went
Oh.
live before I had a chance to, you know,
Yeah.
do
duck
the-
over and
do
get
the
that
thing.
water. So
You gotta
Yeah.
go
Why
go
don't
get the
you go do
moisture.
that? Yeah. Why don't you go?
Get the moisture in
Okay,
your
now
body.
he's gone. We can all talk about him.
Phew. Oh my god, that Aussie Dev Fro.
Oh my god,
That Aussie different. But how are we all doing? Today, for every session that goes, we get closer to it being the final session. So I'm not going to commit and say this is the final session, but I will say we're closer to it.
True.
I've got so many feelings.
I've
it's
got-
weird.
Yeah,
I-
right.
One feeling.
Are you hooked on it?
Yes. Whoa, an incoming ad break. No
Hey,
way.
do you want to know a silly fact?
Yes.
Always.
Always.
That song is sung by a Swede. Written and sung
Really?
by a
Whoa.
I love Swedish facts.
I was gonna make a
there's
vegetable
There's a
joke.
bunch of comedy movies where he stars. And they were really good.
I like that.
There's
Like-
one that's basically a Home Alone, but it's like three middle-aged men trying to protect their house from thieves.
I actually love that. And I would watch that.
Yeah, one of them is also apparently it's so silly, like an actual ninjutsu master, and there's a segment where he just like Dracularizes from the fucking garden because he's got like camo on his back and he's cut out a perfect silhouette of his own body. He just like arises out of the grass.
I love that. I freaking love that.
It's
That's done.
and there's one that I think they just call him the captain. He lives on a boat. that's
captain.
Parked. He lives on a boat parked in his driveway because it's his favorite. Like he loves his boat so much, he's always working on the boat.
Right.
And several
As you
times
do.
during the movie, people are just like, "Why aren't you out on your boat?" And he's like, "I'm afraid of water."
See, I feel like a movie that's like essentially Home Alone but with adults kind of
No,
loses
no.
the childish nature of it, and it becomes
it
just
doesn't.
like.
Because they're so silly.
It sounds delightful.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Like
There's.
it sounds so silly.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. No.
No, I've clicked run ad. I've clicked run ad. Oh my
Okay,
god.
Okay. Because I was like, should I
It
do
was
that?
just about
Yeah.
to snooze it again.
Yeah, it snoozed it again because the hype train ended too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's hilarious.
Um,
I wonder if
honestly,
there's a
that
setting
timing,
we
though.
can do that.
Talking about
Timing.
something childish, my daughter
Yes.
just sent me a message.
Uh-huh.
Dad,
Oh.
if you had to choose, would you choose Bandit from Bluey or Peppa Pig's dad? One stays and the other one goes.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what? Darling, that's a heavy question.
As in,
She's
like,
like,
when
no,
you say one
where do they
stays, the other
go?
goes. Like, where are they going,
I'm
first
like,
of all?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, where
Around
is
the
it
back
going?
behind the shed.
And like,
To the
and
farm upstate.
I mean-
she's like, they're gone.
I mean, second of
my
all,
God.
of course, the answer's bandit.
Of
The
course.
bandit stays.
Amazing.
Peppa Pig.
I'm sorry, I don't know
I'm
enough
sorry, but
about
There's
either
so many
one.
memes about how deep Bluey is.
Oh,
it's
because Bluey is
it's
very
legitimately an excellent little
Like who's
cartoon.
Bandit? Is that the younger? Is that the younger sibling?
that's
That's the dad.
That's the
Yeah,
dad.
this was a battle of dads.
Oh.
A daddle.
My
A
favorite-
daddle, if you will. Yeah. Did we just do the same? Damn it, Roach.
My favorite
We
episode.
both reached for the
would
brain
have
cell
to
at the
be
same
when
time.
parents are hungover. They got that
Final
episode
boss
where the-
is going to be Atornar.
Oh my god. I
That
believe
would-
it too.
I feel like it wouldn't even be that far of a stretch for a plot twist.
No, it wouldn't, would it?
Mm.
It really wouldn't.
What did you
can
wander
see-
in?
Shows
Into-
up, he's balding, like he's tore all of his hair out. He's exhausted.
Yeah. And he's got nothing to lose anymore. Solaria, you came into a battle of dads. Bluey versus Peppa Pig. I don't really have any like I don't really feel connected to this fight, so I feel like I could stir up controversy and be like, I'm gonna choose Peppa Pig's dad. Yeah, I don't even know them.
I don't even.
I don't know them. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna choose that
it's
side
called
just so we can keep the
Bandit.
conversation going
well,
until
see,
the ad break
I replied
ends, yeah.
back bandit to my daughter just then.
Yeah,
I choose
yeah.
bandit.
Bandit.
And she's like,
Is
so-
his name Bandit because he will steal your heart?
Oh,
oh,
well.
I mean, you're not
And
wrong.
sell it to black
no,
market.
not wrong. He's amazing. And then she's like, so what happens to Peppa Pig's dad? Yeah, he's gone. I'm like, well, he turns into bacon, I guess. But even Peppa Pig's dad?
Well, I mean, I was actually gonna like that was my response was like, well, you know, we can eat bacon. So
Yeah, we can't eat the dog.
I mean, there's
No.
plenty
Why
of
not?
places
You can
that
eat
you can
dog.
eat dog.
there are places you can. Yes, this is true.
I know people are gonna like. I know where we are from. Most of us eating dogs is considered a bit controversial. But if you think about it, it is a fairly sustainable source of food.
Well, see,
So I understand how it developed into.
Yeah.
see, like I'm with you, Josie, but I would go one step further. I'm a vegetarian, so I think humans are all fair game as well.
Wow,
yeah.
that long
That's
bacon,
fair,
eh?
actually.
That long
That's
bacon.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, all right. The
'Cause,
ads
like-
are finished now, so we
The
can start the
extra
D&D
bacon.
now. No. We can wrap that one up before we.
See, that's why I eat
end the
no
show
meat.
Before we even get started.
Because it's either all or none, you see, you know?
I mean, if you are vegetarian or vegan, you can eat nuns. That is true.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, let's again. Just
No, because it's
Ozzy
all
Defro
about
trying so
consent.
desperately to hold us together, and we're
It's
just
all
like,
about
break
consent.
out,
If they consent
break
to
out.
giving up their meat, then it's fair game.
I don't know these people. I don't know these people.
Body of Christ at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see where we went with that, and oh yes, oh my, can
No,
we
that's
just
Oh,
make Rudy a
It
pumpkin
vegetable-
head?
be the clown.
Oh, dear.
I need the cat
But
ears
hey,
on Rudy.
you all-
So, hey,
wanna
we're
play
all
some
back from the
D&D?
ads. Let's.
Yeah,
I-
please.
You'll
Would
require a
love to.
bonk. As she
Not
said.
me, never me, never me, bestie.
Never you.
Maybe that's the problem.
Having fought their way to the top of the Cinder Furnace, through several battles with Jalira, in her throne room, she threw her magical arms at them. Her armor, staff, sword, they battled furiously. As she was pushed to the edge, she unleashed the power of Easif that she was containing within herself, turning into a massive blue dragon-like creature made out of pure energy. You broke it, struck it down, and Endiriel, in an effort to save everyone from this exploding energy, managed to contain it. As the building is seemingly sinking down into the lava hidden underground, and poisonous, noxious gases spread throughout the lower levels, a Vanguard of the Black and their Dragonkin allies ran after Jalira to the top. Once more they fought, and Nana almost fell in battle. Jalira managed to take control over Yarig's mind, but quick thinking kept him in place, preventing him from enacting his rage upon the group. Nana was brought back by powerful magic, and seemingly all of her friends felt reinvigorated. Now, as the wall of wind that Arthur conjured to buy them time to delay Jalira's escape, as it settles on the ground by this portal to the true Cinder Furnace domain within the abyss, lies simply a pair of golden beads and a set of pristine silvery wings, having been torn from her body as she pushed through the gate to the nether realms. Yarig shakes his head. Oh, what happened, my friends? I don't feel too good. I think I broke something. And he reaches down and he looks and he sees the pile of bones he's sitting on. Oh, it wasn't me.
Well, it looked like you were about to start breaking us if we didn't.
I do apologize greatly.
It was quite unnerving. We could hear you in our heads going, I'm going to kill Nana, I'm going to kill Nana, I'm going to kill Nana.
Oh, I am so sorry, Nana. I would never do this to you, you know that.
I know that, and I know how persuasive Jalira can be as well, so we'll just do our best going forward.
Guard your minds well.
Yes, you know, it is hard to learn how to keep others out of your mind when you live alone with a dragon who speaks to your mind.
I would think so, yes.
Yes, and he just like gets up and you see the mushrooms that had started growing, these spores are slowly fading away, and these butterflies gathering around everyone slowly turns into just little specks of dust and spores hanging in the air.
Should we perhaps make haste after her? I don't think we should let her get away, perhaps?
I think that might be for the best. And there's like one last butterfly that Nana's just kind of watching float.
See Arthur.
Tura will sit down on the ground and they'll say, I'm almost completely spent. I don't know how much help I will need. River seems raring to go, like cleaning off her blades, sheathing them, and when Yarig stands up, he says, we cannot follow. The same contract that keeps them on the other side keeps us here. If we go through, we break the contract.
I was
Bastard
afraid you
Jalira.
were going to say that.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised, but I am glad we found out now. Will you be
But
all right
at the
to
same
get out
time,
of here?
I was going to say, if you, as I see it, and I'm a bit tired, I'm not working at my full capacity, we have the choice to close the gate for good. With her on the other side, we could simply shut her there.
We have no way of knowing that would hold.
No.
Too
that
many
is true.
unforeseen consequences from that.
But it would effectively reset the timer on when they could try again.
Yes, but I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm sick of having a ticking timer over my head.
Well, you'd probably be dead by the time they can, come
If
back.
you
Not a
go
problem.
through and do not make it back, it was all for nothing.
But I feel like if we don't go through and finish this, then it is also all for nothing.
Maybe. Given time, yes, they can prepare, but we are talking about thousands of years, and we also have the chance to prepare. But I understand, Gerald, and it is brave of you to take this side, considering what is at stake.
I mean, it's a little bit selfish. It's really just I don't want to deal with the anxiety of when is she going to pop her head back through and murder me. So
Well, you wouldn't really probably not be alive by then, so I feel like it's
Well, we'll
still
see
as
about
valid
that.
as bravery. Oh, well, okay.
Well, hold on. Is there not a best of both worlds out of this situation? We have the communication, the telepathic communication. Could we follow Jalira through the portal, and if things are looking like, nope, we stuffed up, our bad, you can just close the portal.
I can close this portal, but if you die, I don't know if we will have enough people to amend the contract to renew it.
Oh, right, yes, that little thing.
I was meaning we have everything we need here to amend the contract of old and simply refresh the barrier protecting this realm.
Right.
Took them 3,000 years to get to this point. We could make them wait another.
do we know that for sure, though?
No.
Exactly. I feel like it's a sword hanging over all our heads.
Yes,
Josie.
it's a slow sword.
What if it's not?
I suppose, but where will you get in life if you just think of worst case scenario?
Right here! Right here! This, exactly!
Down. Okay, all right. Gerald wants to go in. We've
All
got
right.
that point down.
No, I just
I
want
will
it to be
not stop
over.
you, Gerald. I will not stop you.
No one can stop Gerald when he wants to do
But
something.
I'm saying we have the opportunity. I'm just saying so that you know, and he gestures to all of you, that we have the chance to end this in a way.
Of course, no. We appreciate all the information, anything we can get.
Because we were in quite a rush to get here. But I will let you know we need 11 people to amend the contract, with separate entities represented.
Josie, can we see through the portal currently?
Yes, but it's a distorted.
It's
like
distorted.
looking through a disturbed pond, trying to see the bottom.
So if Nana were to try and pinpoint where Jalira is, what Jalira is doing in there.
No, she cannot be seen.
She
like
cannot be
there's
seen.
not enough detail to know where Jalira is.
We just vaguely know what's in there. Gotcha.
As you guys been
It was
talking-
fairly still until
She pushed
through
it. Yeah,
That's like a
that makes
disturbed
sense.
pond.
Yes.
As you guys are talking, Arthur's getting fully very close to the portal.
No,
It-
don't do that.
There's
Arthur,
a
get back here.
radiating heat coming from the portal.
This is an all or no one situation, Arthur.
I'm not going in. I was just inspecting, and it's letting off a lot of heat.
Well, I expect it's some form of the hells, so that's probably not too surprising.
Arthur, what do you want to do? We're talking stave off something potential for 3,000 years. Leave it for the next set of possible adventurers.
The way I see it, we close the portal, we go back to the Queen. Oh, Queen, we're going to let you guys know that we just closed them off. Don't know when they're going to be back, but we thought this was the best thing to do. And yet, still people are in danger. Sorry we couldn't do it. Or we go through the portal, end things, go back to the Queen. Hey, we killed them. We did what we had to. We saved everyone.
Right.
I'm interested in seeing this out, but I think at any sign of more danger than we can handle, we should call it. We should have a point of no return, you know? Because we do need to close this. All of our gods have agreed.
Arthur puts his hands up. Light bulb moment. Can we not wish her back? Here? And then close the portal?
We've been asked to lower the music a tad, Roju.
Oh, all right.
It could work. But you'd
We
have
just-
to be very specific. She can't come back in full form.
Wish her here. No. We just wish her back here. Here. Kill her. Close it.
No, so this isn't just a portal, Arthur. This is about renewing the contract between the deities and the Ur-Dragons. This is about sealing everything for 3,000 years or so, give or take.
Or more.
So it's not
Oh,
just
yeah,
a
forever.
simple...
We can do it
that.
well.
But we could also, yeah. I'm just saying, we can do both with the wish. Can we not?
I mean, we could try, theoretically. But I don't
Yarig.
know what our chances of success would be.
Yarig, we have a magical item that...
I have figured you were talking about a wish, like a real thing. I assume you can actually wish
A real wish,
for
yes.
something.
Well, put it this way, Tua and Adiril would not be here if it wasn't for this wishing item that we have.
Tor just shrugs. That's what they say.
What are you suggesting, though, exactly?
Well, Yarig is stating that we need to be present here to close off everything.
Oh, no, I meant Arthur.
Oh.
Oh, pretty much bring Delira back to a place that you have the upper ground, the high ground, that you could say. We can either get her to surrender, or we can kill her, and then we can renew the contract.
All right. So,
It's
Are
certainly
you
worth
saying
a try.
we summon her somewhere without a portal and take care of her and then close it all for good?
I mean,
Yes.
possibly. But there's no real guarantee that stopping Jalira herself... The real machinations behind this all is Suriel.
exactly. And unless we
And
put a
I'm not-
permanent solution on that, it's just going to be more
Yes.
planning of horrific things.
Well,
I
I
don't
don't think we
believe
can take on the embodiment of war.
No, of course
I'm all
not. but-
for fighting a god, but maybe after a nap.
Yes, of course, Nana. But I don't think that's what we'll have to do. Call it intuition, call it a gut, call it a hunch. But why would Suriel use Jalira this entire time if Suriel themselves were not able to influence directly? Even in this other plane of existence.
Her capacity
Surely-
is limited, right?
Yeah, surely there's a chance that maybe Jalira might have a more direct connection, but you could even call this cockiness, but we've managed to really keep her on her toes this entire time. We could still
I
finish
think-
this.
I think what you are being there really is cocky, and I would be generally with you in being cocky about our power and stuff.
Yeah, but
I fear we're going into their place, their love, they know this.
To be
place.
fair, we're already in their place. In theirs.
Jalira had a
Well, I
home
mean-
team advantage right here.
Yes, we're in the evil lair right now.
Yes, but I mean, we don't know what's over there. We know what's here.
Well,
Look,
No, but what I'm
Can
trying
we-
to say is that defeating Jalira might not finish this. You're saying bring Jalira here. What if there's another ally on the other side?
there very well could be. But I think that's not a bad idea.
The thing is, though, Jalira is not stuck there. She's not bound by the contract in the same way that we're not bound by the contracts. She can just as easily come back and restart all of the machinations and plans. And we'll just be sitting there being like, oh, well, job done. Well, we've just taken care of that for 4,000 years. Meanwhile, Jalira's just shape-shifted into something else and is doing the same thing all over again. Accelerated timeline.
No, I agree that we need to end this one way or another. But I wouldn't mind if she could come back to us, since we do know what is here. And then she can have a choice.
Well, of course. I mean, I'd rather fight her here than in some hell. That's for sure.
If we think we can... If we think the wish will work, we could use it.
Bring her back here, contain her, get her to tell us what's on the other side.
I don't...
Yes.
Something
I don't
something
know
needs to be dealt with.
Do we care about what's on the other side?
I mean, I love that idea. I just don't think she's going to tell us.
And she doesn't have to, but if she's out of the plans, something tells me that she might not be doing this just because she wants to.
I'm sure her motives are ultimately very complicated, as
Yes, and I think we can maybe use that to our advantage.
well, potentially. Either way, if we're going to do this and we're going to bring her here, we need to make sure that she can't go back straight away first.
Yes, that needs to be settled in the wish, I suppose.
I don't know if it's worth trying to... I think that's two separate things that we need to do.
Arthur puts his hand up again.
Arthur.
You can just speak, Arthur. It's all right at this point.
No. You guys got some great ideas. And Arthur sort of turns to Yarig and the other three. Now, how long does it take for the ritual to close this barrier? Does it take minutes, seconds?
Are you asking Yarig?
Yes.
When the words are spoken fully complete, it should be quite immediate. It's I don't know.
Arthur
Couple of
then
minutes,
asks,
maybe.
Arthur then asks Gerald, if we wish with the barrier already up, will that make it harder?
For Jalira, I don't think so, because again,
no,
this contract is only really affecting the gods and the
No.
dragons.
But that's what I'm saying. If we go, all right, we redo the contract, right? We can't go through anymore, right? Or am I miscommunicating about that?
Well, no, we could probably plane shift there if we knew what plane it was.
So you don't think because the barrier's up, nothing can get in or out? It's just
Oh,
we'll be
plenty
able
of
to
things
find
can
it.
get in and out, just not the gods necessarily.
I think
Right.
that
I
might.
think if we hit the reset button, it will be quite difficult to go there.
Because I was thinking if we do the contract now and then bring through her with the wish.
I don't think there's a no. That feels too easy.
I think once
one or the other.
curtain is down, the curtain is down. If we want her back here, we need to do it before we do this.
What if we just hold person, then do it?
River is gonna speak up and say, should we look through all of this? And just gestures towards the desks full of paper.
Probably.
Oh, you know what? We
let
probably
me-
should, River, and I'm very proud of you.
And we
let
should
me have a
probably
look
check
then.
on Indirial as well. In fact, I'll check on Indirial if you guys want to find some information.
Yeah. Nana will go and oh god, where is she?
Yeah, I mean, Gerald
you go.
obviously is gonna...
Gonna
Let's go.
Luke is just
I ran
going to
right
look
over
at
this.
everything like a kid at a museum.
Yeah.
And then Rudy will flap his little tiny wings on his boots and fly down. check
As you
Indirial.
get down there, you do see that Endirial is currently hovering in the air, still slowly churning down this energy. The whole floor is now covered in this gas that is slowly pouring down into the chasm that Jalira opened up. And you do see, almost like as you're getting down, on one set of stairs, sort of almost hunkered down and just watching Jalira, you do see Dizzy, the displacer beast.
Yay! Good. Okay. I love it. Oh,
And it looks for the
actually-
time being that Endiriel is safe, hovering over this hole, but you do see that the lava is like a couple of feet away from getting up.
Rudy would sort of approach Endiriel, but still keep a little bit of distance. And sort of
Yeah, and you can just feel the air vibrating and this high-pitched screaming coming from this churning, pressurized ball of energy.
Endiriel, is there anything I can do to help? This situation underneath you is getting a little precarious. Can we move you at all?
If you could move me, because I can't really do much, and you see like the muscles are straining, sweat is pouring down the
Right.
face.
Yes. I can absolutely do something in this situation. How close can Rudy get?
You got your little
I will
wingy
say
boots
you
on.
you can get there, but you might start getting hit by stray bolts of lightning.
All right.
Oh shit.
Very, very frightening.
Yeah, a little bit, eh? All right.
He's just
Really?
scared. Rudy's in a scared family.
Well, I mean, I'm very good at this whole, dealing with lightning sort of shenanigans. He would mentally communicate. Gerald, if you're not busy, could you immediately join me by Endiriel, please? I need a bit of assistance.
He puts a bit of a parchment that he literally just picked up, puts it back down, and is like, "I'll be right back, Nana."
Yes.
And I'm gonna hustle over to where Rudy is.
You broom down the stairs. I feel like you're almost doing that thing, like you're trying to go down the stairs on the broom, so your feet are still sort of walking.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like dusting the stairs as I go, sort of like.
Yeah, it's like a kid with like what is it, like a stick horse going down. It's just like. Toot, 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 toot. But you do see also that sitting just above the like where this gas is piling up, you see Dizzy sitting just
on the stairs.
cautiously waiting. Yeah, on the stairs.
Oh.
And you do see Endiriel like almost locked in place in the air with this ball of energy. And
Oh, I see.
Rudy's,
What do you need?
A bit away.
We need to move Endiriel, but I can't get close enough to
Oh,
him.
got you. And he waves the staff and in kind of like a circular motion, and casts levitate on her.
Okay.
But how do... Can you...
Yep, no worries.
Levitate spell only allows you to go up and down.
Yes, but it allows push and pulling. Like essentially, she's got no weight.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So-
So yes? I still need to get close, do I?
So no, we'll get together perhaps, and we'll fly over and sort of just gently
Okay,
push her
as
through
soon as
the air.
you get within 15 feet, you both need to make Constitution saving throws.
That's what I was afraid of.
Ah!
Yeah, so as soon as you get close enough, like a piece of lightning just reaches out.
I was
and
hoping
hits.
for a mage hand or something.
No, well, that doesn't really exert a lot of force, but all right. Maybe as soon as I get shocked.
All right, we'll take 21 for my Constitution save.
Oh right, con save.
nice.
Against
We love that.
magic, can I get advantage?
This would not be constituted as magic as
What?
such.
How
This is
dare.
more like raw power.
All right, 15.
Or-
Okay, so Gerald, you take 12 points, and
Ow.
Rudy takes 6 points of lightning damage.
All right, that's what those temps are for.
Woo! And then Goose is like, "Why did I just get a shock?"
No, the shackles,
I've
shackles
deactivated.
You okay?
are gone.
Yep. The danger is gone.
All right, okay. I see. I wasn't aware of the danger.
Well, we did do a little push, so Endiriel's a little bit
Yeah, you
close to the
moved
stairs.
Endiriel like.
Yeah.
because you wouldn't have gotten there to push. That this was
Oh.
as soon as you came within 15 feet.
Yeah, I'll
of
just
Endiriel.
cast Mage Hand and
Yeah, and since you didn't levitate, you basically negated the weight, and the hand just starts like.
Oh,
Yeah, so the
Slow
hand is for
twitching.
horizontal movement, and then I use levitate to increase or decrease vertical height.
thank you, Gerald. That's I would have said something, but
I will say it's gonna take some time because you're basically playing that game where you got the loop around the electrical current thing, but with a
Attention against that.
person.
Hmm.
So I will say it's gonna take you a while to get up the stairs. Is the issue?
So because the hand can move 30 feet each time you use it,
Yes.
and then I think the elevation
Basically
changes
non-weighted
can be.
because of the levitate, but you're trying to get this person up the stairs without being close enough and without. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying it's
levitate
finicky. You can definitely
can rise
do it.
20 feet per
Yeah.
round.
Yes. If it had been a normal set of stairs, it would have been easier. But this is a
Spirals, yeah, this
staircase.
is very, very finicky.
so Gerald and I spent a bit.
It's a lot of
doing-
fine-tuned adjustments in heights and turning, and yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like unnecessary awkward consciousness of where the mage hand is touching them as well. Sort of like it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
that's a bit
And really, at that point, Rudy's just there, just making sure, like, oh, careful, Indira, you might get a small bump there. Just don't lose concentration. It's over. And
just like
kind of-
head gently grinding
Imperial-
against the
Imperial's
wall.
like, not helping. Shut up.
Better concentrate, Rudy.
Yes. So what's going on upstairs as this is happening?
As soon as Gerald disappears, Arthur's gonna join Nana in looking through some scrolls, books, stuff.
Okay.
Nana is also looking at
yeah.
the wings that were left behind. The wings and the eyes.
Yeah, they're just on the ground. A pair of large silvery wings, with missing lots of feathers, and these little beads made out of what looks like almost pure light, like golden light.
Nana is gonna try to touch it
Yeah, you touch
very
it.
carefully. Okay.
Beads, you
They
say?
feel solid.
Yeah. Now, because Nana went on that little fiasco with George,
Mm-hmm.
and she wasn't there, but George would have probably maybe mentioned that, where his sister was and
Yes.
all that good stuff. Is it potential to say that Nana might put two and two together?
Yeah, definitely. You
Okay.
met Azola, who was missing his eyes and his wings. It is very apparent what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Nana is gonna scoop that up right into her bag of holding, very gently wrapping up the little eyes and being like, "I know someone who might want these back.
That's
I'm just gonna take them." Yeah. Yeah, and then she'll rejoin Arthur.
Okay, I
Looking
want
through things.
the two of you to make investigation checks, or one of you can make with advantage.
We'll
Alright,
both
I'm gonna-
do it.
Yeah, let's both do it. See what we can get. God, I only got a 9. Nana's too focused on
That's all right, I
the
got
eyes.
a 12.
12. You keep looking through, and you find lots of schematics. You find what looks like ideas for how to mass produce on various types of undeads, how to sort through bodies and gather them based on what's the word, mode of death. And there's just lots of how to turn energy into souls, into creatures you can control. At the same time, there's lots of writing about how to acquire properties of strong beings. Yeah, you start simming through. You find some footnotes written by a hand that is different. There's very apparent here that there have been 2 different people writing, because there is 2 different handwritings on various documents. The older ones seem to have been written by someone who is very short-handed and quick. And the most recent additions is written in this incredibly ornate cursive.
Have we seen Jalira's handwriting?
No.
So,
But it's not the headmaster's handwriting, is it? Because we have seen
No.
his handwriting. Okay.
You do not recognize the headmaster's writing anywhere.
Okay.
so as we're going through it, Arthur's gonna sort of turn to Nana and go, Nana,
Yes, Arthur.
what's your thoughts on the deck of many things?
Well, Arthur, I'll be honest, I think a wish might be more in our favor. The deck is potentially useful, but I don't know that we can control what it does. I think
just-
things just happen.
I don't know. Well, call it a gut tuition, Nana, but I feel like we need the wish and we need the cards for what we're going to be doing next. We need as much as we can. I don't think the boys would understand that though. I think
I
they-
As you
Certainly
see
it
it, you hear their voices coming up the stairs very carefully.
Watch the wall.
Oh, look out! There's a dip
Oh,
in
what are you-
the ceiling there.
And we just like hear this like, zzz,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
Oh my
I-
goodness, what
Just a
oh,
hum of
Imperial.
electricity getting louder. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like bright light starting to shine up the stairs, heavy shadows forming.
Right,
Right.
we brought our missing friend.
Clear the stairwell.
But perfect.
Keep your
need to hurry up.
distance.
Rudy, I think you might need to take a look at the things on the desk. It's see if you can see anything else. We've looked and it looks like how to mass produce undead.
No, well, I mean, we can. That's kind of obvious. That's what she was.
Yes, that's what she was doing. Look,
Yeah.
now that we're all up here, I think we need to make a decision. Do we follow or do we try and wish her back here? We do have a wish. It could go wrong.
Do we
I don't-
have a one or two?
We have two wishes.
We have two. I suppose
I
if it
don't-
goes very wrong, we can use the other one.
I don't believe wishing her back here is a particularly complicated request. We're not turning back time like last time. We're not
No,
trying
we're
to
just-
rewrite events. We just want her back here.
Just bringing her back here.
And then we can use the other wish to hold person on her for an hour.
I don't think that would work
We've-
necessarily.
She ran. We've proven we're more superior than her. She's gone there to either gain an advantage or get away. If we bring her back here, I feel like it
Absolutely.
would be relatively simple to hold her without any extra abilities or extra powers. Hell, Yarig just hold the sword to her neck.
I can do that.
I know you can do that.
Whatever the case is, we should probably not linger overly long here because this
don't
place is
have-
sinking into the lava.
Yes, we don't have an extraordinary amount of
During
time.
all of this, that tremor sensation in the building has been escalating.
Right.
It could
Right.
actually end up being safer for us in hell, which is something I
Quite
never
possible.
thought I would ever say.
Right.
You see, Yarig walks up to like a wall and sort of like knocks on it. I could break through, but it might take a while. It seems to be feet of solid stone. And he's just like tapping, listening to the wall.
All right. I think let's. Time is of an essence here. I am throwing my hand in. We start with Arthur's plan of bringing Jalira back for information. Depending on what we hear on the other side, we're going to have to make a call on whether it needs to be dealt with now. In which case, I mean, it's easy for me to say I'm technically already dead. Kinda, maybe, possibly. Who knows anymore? I'm happy to go through. I have nothing else left here, aside from you all. I will go through and deal with what needs to be done if push comes to shove. But I agree with Arthur. Gathering information first is key.
What information are we hoping to find out?
Anything, Gerald. I think we just need her back here.
I don't know that there's anything of value to gain information-wise. I think we just need to cut the head off the serpent
What if there's a
and
trap
close the
immediate-
door.
What if there's a trap immediately on the other side?
Well, that's why we're not
Yes.
going through first.
Right. So we're all in agreement to
Yes, we're I
use
think
a
we're
wish.
I think we're agreeing. We try to bring her back.
Yes.
We make sure
Let's-
that she can't
let's
go
see.
just straight back through,
Yes, yes.
right? So let's maybe. All right, but is that are we all in agreement with that, Goose, as well?
And I won't
I-
try to do a Goose
I
voice,
sort of-
but Goose
Mhm.
will just like say that it sounds good to him, like and that he.
I just
seem-
wanted
he
to
doesn't
acknowledge
seem-
that he's still here.
He's still here. Yes, and I've been thinking as well
Yeah.
what to do. I will try to do a Goose voice because I can't. But he'll say that he just wants it to end. He's not too phased about how.
Mm. Yeah.
He's just wanting it to be over.
All right.
I
well,
agree.
Other sort of. I have
Before
one
we do-
more idea.
Yes.
You're talking about taking her head off like a serpent, essentially. We got right over there. Well, why don't we wish that to
Is
Sorry, Orb, you're
Yeah,
cutting in and
back.
out.
Break.
Yeah,
you're
I was
breaking
wondering
your
if it was
You're
just
a
me or not.
robot.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You're a robot.
Maybe just lower the quality.
your
Sorry.
interwebs are struggling a little
Sorry,
bit?
yeah.
No, it's okay. We
Hey, Australian
Sorry,
internet. What
I-
can you do?
Is
just
that
have to
better?
repeat what you were saying.
Yeah, so we got that big ball of lightning or energy. We wish that to her, and then wish her to us.
I like where your
and
brain's
Dariel
at,
just
but
like looks over while holding it. You want to give this back to her?
no, exactly. We're not giving
Yes,
it back to
I
her.
don't think
That's
This is
not an attack, Arthur. That's an essence. That's
yes. This is
Imperial's by right.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
you
is
can
the
see
Ur
throughout
Dragon,
this,
right?
It's like slowly, as every time a lightning bolt hits Indiriel, they wince with pain, but like it subsides almost like they're slowly like absorbing it in a very safe and cautious
Okay.
manner.
All right. All right. Well, I think we do it. We see what happens, but we do need to make sure that Delira doesn't have the chance to also jump Indiriel, right? Because they need to.
Yeah, and Goose might pipe up and say something like, "What if Yareg and Goose holds their sword in a position, and you, if you're bringing her here, bring her in the middle of the two swords, like." So
Yeah,
she's
right.
essentially
Perfect.
like stuck in a guillotine when she appears.
even so, wouldn't she just be able to just blink straight out like she's been doing this entire time?
Yes, but she looked pretty bad. I can't say now because I know some time has passed.
I don't think
Maybe-
we should underestimate her.
I feel she's very much on her last
Maybe-
legs. And to be fair, so are we, but
Maybe we just need to. Okay, we bring her here. She pops back out the portal. All we've done is lost a witch. Look, at the end of the day, we're already here. It's not a big loss in the larger scheme of things.
yes.
If she goes for Indiriel, we've gotten her off Indiriel before.
That was, I feel, just as much luck as it was stratagem.
All right. Well, what do you say we do, Gerald? What do you want to do?
I
You just want to go in.
No, I don't. I don't. I'm as paralyzed as the rest of you. But here's what I know. I know she is still a threat. I know that she's running to where she thinks is away from us and possibly towards whatever she thinks might help her. And I know that where we are right now is still very dangerous and is only going to get more dangerous the longer we stay here. I don't think there's a good choice. I think there's two not very good choices, and we've just got to pick which one we're wanting to do. However, I think as far as Indiriel goes, I don't want to risk. She was very sorry if I'm getting the Indiriel. If I'm saying she in the wrong place, I can't remember all the NPCs' genders. But But Indirial is struggling, and that looks like it's going to take some time, and I don't think we want Jalira interrupting it. Agreed?
And Dariel will say, I can hurry it up, but I'll be unable to fight, but it'll be safe and sound within me. And again, like the initial strategy, if she goes for me, she'll be vulnerable.
Right.
I think
Exactly.
I think that's a risk. We have to take risks.
All right. Well, it sounds like we
That's
all
a
want
risk.
to bring her back here, then. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, I think we should.
All right.
And I think we should do it sooner.
I agree.
And if it doesn't work, then we roll with the punches, don't we?
As we have always been. But let's focus then on how we stop this portal from just being a free ticket back to hell.
Yes. Oh, well, in that case, Nana will use... Oh, wait, how long does that last? Please hold. Your call is very important.
What Nana's thinking, Yarig will walk up to Goose and sort of look around the troop and say, do we do double sword, just as a precaution? And just sort of like it looks like Yarig and Goose are getting in a position where they're both like holding their swords ready to just... They're holding attacks and like grappling, basically. They're just ready to grab hold at whatever appears near them.
Rudy draws an X in the dust and rubble in between them.
Okay.
Now we have now we have a target. The clearer we are with the wish, the easier it'll be to create.
Absolutely.
Arthur's gonna stand next to Goose. He's gonna also help with grappling.
Okay, you also wanna...
Can I...
Okay, they'll stand like this then, and what did you say you wanted to make an X in the ground?
Yeah, just Rudy wants a target because then there's no deviation from on the wish's part. It's like a monkey's paw, right? We're getting this right.
Yeah, literal X marks the spot.
I will say, wishing Jalira here will not trigger a monkey paw effect because you will be recreating the 9th level spell Gate.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So that is within the bounds of a normal wish.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Love that.
Perfect.
There will be no rolls included. You can just wish her here.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. All right,
Fantastic.
Nana will go up to Arthur and say, Arthur, do you still have a wind wall available?
I was going to say I can still put up a wall of force, which she prevented me doing last time.
Oh, yes.
But it won't cover the entire thing quite.
Well, I can cover some if you can cover the rest. I have Wall of Thorns. This is quite awful to get through. And it actually is long enough to cover the whole thing. I've just checked. It's 60 feet long.
But
You
not
might have seen me
high
measuring.
enough, right?
No, it's not high enough. It's only 10
How
feet
high
wide.
was it again? It was 20, right?
30 feet?
These like portal bits
Yeah.
are closer to 30.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
30 is trouble.
I think. What was the parameters of Windwall, Arthur? How high is
Let me have a look. 15 feet high.
it? Okay, so then it is 25, because I know there was a
25,
10-foot gap above the wind wall.
Okay, so there's a 15-foot gap where, like, on the top that I wouldn't have covered.
That's
and she
very
does have
awkward.
wings, but, you know.
Because I can make 10 by 10 foot panels.
10 by 10.
Look,
Say 10 one more time.
Even
10.
if Gerald and Nana, you cover as much as you can, and then Gerald, maybe you just play goalie and just stand in front of the.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not exactly much of the,
Well, I mean, I don't have anything that can help with this.
And
That's all right.
Also,
we just do our best.
the wall
We just-
requires my concentration additionally, so
Yes.
I think we just
We'll-
do what we can.
We'll do what we can.
We're at this moment where I don't think we can get it perfect. I think we just have to go.
Yes. Well, on your mark, I'll be ready. And she sort of holds up the staff in readiness because it only lasts 10 minutes, so she doesn't want to waste any seconds here.
yeah, same,
Just before you wish, I'll do it.
So you're putting up how many walls?
Give me a moment.
At
I'm
least
just going
one.
to. I'm also going to use overcharge to put some more juice back in the staff of power.
I see. Yes.
Come on, big numbers. That's pretty good.
want big numbers.
We're getting 14 charges back in that.
That's a lot of charges.
And can we agree to just not kill her immediately? We might be able to do something.
What are you hoping
might.
to? Tell me what you're hoping to achieve, Nana.
I'll tell you when I hear her answers. I'll let you know if it's possible.
I just don't want to miss our chance.
If we keep saying, I don't want to do this, what if we do that? I know we've butted heads on this before, but we really need to just do something now.
Absolutely.
Let's wish.
So I think we just bring her here.
Yes.
Let's bring her here.
Let's put the walls up first, and then yes.
Let's put the walls up and then bring her here. Yes, that's the idea. That's the whole plan. Yes.
Good. Well, let's
That's what I meant.
do what we can. So yes, I will cast Wall of Force.
Okay.
I will cast Wall of Thorns. I've just checked.
How are you divvying these up?
I would like Wall of Force to...
Would you want them to overlap, perhaps?
Because what I was thinking, and tell me if you think something else,
10
Cuddly.
feet.
I was thinking that we make Wall of Force be, like, at least all of the bottom, and like, because she doesn't have
this
wings
is one
anymore,
segment
right?
of Wall of Force.
Yeah. So we got 10 of those. So I was thinking that maybe the entire bottom row could just be Wall of Force.
Okay. Is
And
that?
then-
I don't know what Wall of Force does. Admittedly,
So
no one can get through
it's
that.
it's
right?
an impenetrable barrier, basically. Like
Oh,
she would
beautiful.
have to disintegrate it to get through.
Yeah, she definitely can do that, but
Yes, but then again, she still has to cast disintegrate. It's also invisible, so because she won't have seen me casting it, she may not. Oh, she can. Oh no,
think
she's
she
lost
has
her
blind
eyes.
sight.
She lost
She
her
has
eyes.
blind-
It's okay.
Oh,
I don't think that matters in the larger scheme of things. It's
Yeah.
something she needs to break through. It's
yeah,
Yes.
it's something that she needs to break through, and that's
And
good.
So basically,
mine
whatever
will-
You
gaps are
could
left,
put it like
I
this,
reckon.
and then have the last bits covered by Wall of Thorns.
That was kind of what I was thinking. Like,
yeah,
use
just
the
have
Wall of Thorns
fill
as
in
like
any
stopgap.
gap.
Yeah, exactly. So that if she decides that she's just going to try and like find the gap and go through, she at least has to take damage.
Oh, she's gonna take a lot of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and because she's
yeah.
like maybe not able to fly, I think I was thinking that that way the higher up that hole is, the more difficult it'll be.
Yep. Yep.
This is
I
then
will-
the Wall of Thorns.
right.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Will it work on? It doesn't have to be on the ground, does it, Josie? It didn't say anything.
I mean, I think if it says it grows
On a
from the
surface?
ground,
Or does it?
Let me see. I will check because I just thought of that. Sorry. Up. Wall of the. Where are you? There you are. Within range on a solid surface. Yeah. So I figured wall
So
of
it has
thorns
to
would probably
be
have to be
at
on the
the
bottom.
bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
so you
Then
can put
just-
the force bits. They can overlap.
They. I don't. I mean, probably. It can
Yeah,
be free
I
floating
will
or
say
resting
that
on
they
solid
can overlap.
surface.
Cool.
I think at the end of the day, the wall's covered, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah. It's
the wall's
we're
covered,
pretty
regardless
well
of how it's
covered.
covered. It's covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got it.
Like
I reckon we've nailed
I think
it.
we're really.
If she fails on dexterity, that is 78 of
Yeah.
Because we
damage, by the
gotta
way.
we
She
gotta
doesn't
remember
have
that Gerald's wall is also like it's 10 feet high. So and we've got segments stacked on each other as well. So I
Yeah.
think like with some moving around, like if Gerald is like, I'll put my wall a couple of feet off the ground, then you can definitely cover the whole thing. And at the bottom is just this.
Oh yeah,
vertical
like
wall.
like a 6-inch gap or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
whatever
I
the
think
case.
We're fine.
Yeah,
Now,
it was
when
more
we
just
went-
us
yeah.
confirming that we do have enough to cover the space. Is more
I
what
think
the
we
question
I
was.
think
Yeah.
we've got enough, right?
But it seems like we do.
Yes.
Now, when we call for her, we know her last name, which is good. I think we need to be very specific. because I suppose there might be more than one person named Jalira. So-
I figured that it is her
Jalira
first name's not-
Ballad.
It is Jalira Ballad, right?
Well, that's what we have anyway.
So
So.
I was going to call for
You do know her true name.
what was her?
Wait,
true
what was
name?
the? Yeah, what was? Oh, do I have? Oh God, no, hold on. Let me get my notes out. We have her true name,
You do.
but it wasn't it? It is still Jalira.
was her
right?
human name.
Oh, did we actually? I don't feel like I have that in my notes. I think we read it, but I don't know what it is.
Well, should have
Well,
written
well.
it down because I apparently
Yeah.
didn't.
hold on. I'll go back.
I like it is. It's one of those things. Like it is somewhere. I think I have it in one of my million.
Yeah, I just we did it like last year, so I'll just have to scroll back.
Last year.
Last year. It's okay. I'm sure we can. You could.
I
Phrase it
don't
differently.
remember her middle names, but her it was Jalira of House Balladar.
Oh, okay. I was overthinking it, and I thought it was something completely different. But I do actually know.
So, if we just call for Jalira of House Balladar to be
Surely that would
transported
do it.
Likely work.
on this.
Also, the recreation of the gate spell, it does take intent into account. You
No,
can't,
well then,
like if you envision the person
right.
Sweet.
at the same time.
Perfect. All right. Are you ready, Rudy?
Yes. Well, I have a decent amount of success using this thing, so why not give it another go?
He puts on the ring.
All right.
I will say though, make sure that you are positioned how you want on the
Yeah,
map.
that's true.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Yep.
I will say that
there.
Endirial has, on request, been moved into the corner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. I'm not gonna be that close. What am I doing?
Yeah, I don't
River,
know.
you know what? River is gonna come over here just to be like another sort of a.
Tura is gonna
Alright.
help play goalie, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
River is gonna
Well,
kind of
can't
be
do
like
much else.
between here. Yeah. And Nana is gonna be kind of on this side. We got all the goalie stuff. Yep. Surely.
All
Surely.
I will say, because of the size of this table, Gerald, you're probably like 10 feet in the air if you want to have a good angle at her.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's actually a thing. We can
How
actually do
high?
that.
How high is the room?
The room itself slopes upwards, and at the highest point, it is nearly 50 foot high.
Oh, great. Can I be like 20 then?
Sure. I think
Have an
you can
extra 10
alter it
feet
yourself.
as
If
a
you
treat.
right click on your token, in
Yeah.
the top left, there's like a little indicator.
Oh, look at that!
I love that. That's so cool.
Wow.
Um, Arthur looks at Goose and Yarig and goes, "We're grappling, right?"
No, they have their swords out.
Yeah, they're holding their swords
Yeah.
in a way that, like, they're trying to make sure her head ends up, like, stuck to the swords.
Oh, okay then.
that-
There's also
they're preparing a
arguing over
guillotine.
over her height right now.
All right.
Or they're
Well,
like- It was more
Arthur.
here.
drops
No,
his-
it was more here.
Arthur drops his, not drop it, puts away his bow and brings out the sun.
Hell yeah. You know
Okay,
what? River gets
yeah.
both the blades out.
And there's definitely some healthy rivalry between Yarig and Goose as they're doing the thing, like, who can hold their sword out the longest before they need to readjust.
I love that.
Arthur hasn't
I
even turned
love
his on
that.
yet, and he's like, eh.
So yes.
Right. So again, because it's Jalira of House. I've forgotten the pronunciation.
Balladar.
Balladar. Balladar. Thank you. All right.
Yes.
I will hold an Eldritch Blast for any sign of continued fight, or
Okay.
yeah, if she doesn't look like she's going to, yeah, if she's just going straight back into battle, then pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. I think.
Some blades on.
And you do see Yari quirks an eyebrow at you when you do that. Like, oh, okay.
All right. I wish for Jalira of House Ballad to be transported on top of this X safely within the blades.
As you say that, one of the beads on the ring becomes dull and loses its color, its luster. And a wind, a suction, everyone standing around feel the wind gathering in as a tear in space opens up. And as quickly as it appeared, it disappears, and standing there all of a sudden, you see Jalira. And she appears. And she looks around. All of you see tear streaks down her face. She is several inches shorter than before. She has these leathery, devilish wings, a long tail. And you can see her pale face and pale eyes and the corkscrewing, bone-white horns on top of her head. As she looks around and swallows hard. That's where we're gonna go to break.
How dare.
Good, because I
We're
have
gonna
to
make
pee
sure
so
that
bad.
going into
actually, I need to pee
whatever
as
comes
well.
next, we're gonna make sure everyone gets a little pee break.
I want to continue
Oh,
though as
I'm
well.
so excited. Okay,
Alright.
I will be right back.
Well, should we go to a
Running.
BR? Should we go to
running.
the
Yeah,
Be Right Back?
we'll go to a
and-
BRB
yeah.
screen so we can all just take a turbo break and not have to leave anyone behind.
Yeah. Run those ads while we can to buy ourselves some time, and we're back in just a jiffy.
All right.
See you all in a moment, everyone.
Wow.
Psst, Roju, are we muted? Oh, hey everyone. Wow, only Roju's muted. Dick move.
He says
Call
he's
me
the
Dick
producer.
Master.
Oh my gosh. For those of you who are listening through the ads, this is Hidden Chat with Natural 30s.
Secret
Secret
special.
chat.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait.
And there are ads running.
It's not really a secret if people can see us and hear us. If people can just hear us, it's like they're eavesdropping. It's kind of
It's
cool.
basically sub-only mode.
It's sub only. That's right. Look at all you beautiful subs.
Sorry, it took so long.
You've been a good sub.
No, apparently both my toilets were preoccupied when I tried to go. Imagine having 2 toilets in your house and you still can't go to the toilet.
That is upsetting.
It is
Nita.
So frustrating.
There's a dog here who wants my sandwich.
Your lawyer.
Mm-hmm. My lawyer is demanding.
Demands payment.
Valves wants your
demands.
sandwich as well.
Well, too bad.
Alright. Ads are gone very shortly.
No, because there are things in the sandwich the dog can't eat. If dog wants to live.
Oh, there you go. See, that's how you get around the universal you must give the dog part of your food, is if you make the food inedible for dogs.
I'm just trying
Yeah,
to think
then-
what a dog can't eat in a sandwich.
Well, in this case, it was because I had garlic salami.
Mm.
And dogs don't eat garlic salami.
Dogs cannot. Dogs should not eat garlic.
Okay.
It's not as bad as onions, but it's still not good.
Oh, my old dog had a fascination of onions.
That's
Like-
gone, by the way.
We would never let
Alright, cool.
we would never let him eat it. But if you just leave a little bit of onion, he was straight there. He loved it.
My dog got like a teaspoon of onion sauce in her once, and it was hell for like 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, and salami and ham, it should only be given in very small quantities because of how they are made. Very true.
I love salami.
Me too.
Like, I bought a lot of salami one time, and yeah.
Just shove that whole thing in my mouth.
Yep, the whole...
Chew.
Got a sore jaw after a while.
Okay. It's no longer secret chat because everyone can hear now. So it's like, gotta keep
Wow,
that chat for the
you can't just say that.
Yeah.
Everyone can hear. What are you,
Oh my
ableist?
gosh. I'll allow it.
Yeah, you got auto modded, Lars
Oh dear. Oh my gosh.
We're just waiting for Cuddly Raptor.
Once our tiny druid returns, we will be back.
Just waiting for the tiny druid.
You can break out your magnifying glasses. Everyone look around, just make sure she's back. She might already be back. We just haven't seen her yet.
It's true.
I prepped for this, right? Didn't
At the very end, we still pull a move that was
No. You didn't.
Oh,
That
damn
was
it.
community abuse daily emote.
Oh, no.
I've definitely planned for this. I was just looking at my note to be like, okay, which scenario are we on? What other things do I need to pull up? You know? We're on scenario C.
Scenario C. Oh shit.
Mm.
Well, I feel like scenario A and B was we just go in willy-nilly or we hold back and close everything. So
Yeah,
I feel
pretty
like, yeah,
much.
C is bring her back to us.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we'll see if you manage to pivot into scenario D.
Oh shit.
Good end, bad
No,
end,
you don't
true end.
No, there's an actual scenario D.
Yeah.
Did you think we would come teleport them back here? Did you...
It was in the purview of what I was
Oh,
expecting.
Okay. We're getting too predictable now.
That's okay. It's okay.
I also overthink everything. I do like little bits of planning that can be easily rerouted and like altered. So it's like I have vague ideas that I put to paper, add some tweaks in, and then I usually have like a table of ifs. If this happened, go to this. If this happened, go to this.
It's like a choose your own adventure book.
Yes, a bit. And I also often write things more as ideas, and I'll skip over some things.
It's definitely a good way to do it.
Sorry,
Oh.
I have to take care of the cat.
I'm very much that I'm treating them as guidelines. Like I write down several ideas, and then I'm like, we'll see which one seems more appropriate.
All right. Now that Cuddly's back, you'll get to see our faces, so I'll switch us over.
Oh,
Yay! Sorry, I had to take care of the kitty. I'm sorry.
I mean, kitty care is
why would you
important.
do this?
I can't get my old lady face right. Not happy
I'm
fan.
so old.
I just already have my old man face.
I know. I have the. I just can't do it squished. It's not working.
Which movie is this? Gee, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
The movie that goes, son. Yes, Dad. How was school? It was great, Dad. Is that
I have no idea what is
We have
happening.
no idea.
No, I'm intrigued, but I have no idea.
I feel like I got a
on.
memory of it. I feel like
No one does. No one know. Does no one know?
Tell
It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Actually, it's from Breakfast Club.
Oh,
Okay.
Obviously, it's been a long time since I watched that because I did not remember that.
When the
Don't
punk
you-
is making
Yeah.
fun of the
Yeah.
nerd because
Yeah.
they're all set into archetypes.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I really just want to continue the game now.
Yeah.
Yes,
No. We shall. So, as Jalira appears, now stuck between 3 swords, with a tear streaks down her face, she catches her own breath, seemingly having been summoned mid-sobbing. Fine. Just end this.
No, we have
Holding her
questions.
neck up, almost like presenting her neck.
We have questions first.
Jalira,
Why?
why are you really doing this?
Why does anyone do anything, really?
Why are you crying?
There's a lot of reasons. And
Failed.
you
I was
did.
crying because I was going to have to face punishment for my failure. Wouldn't you? If someone trusted you, gave you a task to accomplish, and you failed, and you knew the consequences.
But what's in it for you?
Just do it. She closes her eyes.
Arthur looks at the rest of the group.
No, Arthur, wait. Jalira, are you in love with Cyril? You don't have to answer that. You can answer it for yourself, but then ask yourself, is she in love with you?
In the same way that one might love an authority figure. Like how a straw of grass loves the sun. The way commoners might love their kings and queens. What does this have to do with anything?
So you're saying
Okay.
this love was so strong that you would be willing to assist in the ravaging of this world, the world that your daughter lives in?
She sighs. She just stays quiet, but you can hear laughter. Like a hoarse, dry laughter. Coming from her throat. She's just like,
Jalira,
That's a bit
You've-
weird.
That is a little odd. Yes.
Yeah.
you've done a lot of bad things. And I can't say you'd be forgiven for them, but
why would I care about being forgiven?
you could work towards making what you've done better if you stay on this side. You don't have to face punishment.
Why would I do that?
Nana, I don't think we're changing her mind here. I think we all know how this must go.
Yes.
And
She just stretches her neck out.
Arthur sort of looks at Gerald and does a nod, waiting for a nod back.
I mean, the whole time he's just been sort of floating there with like arms kind of crackling with energy every now and then.
Mhm.
Looks at Birdie.
No.
Doesn't-
Stop. Jalira, I've looked into the innermost thoughts of your 3 commanders, underlings, however you perceive them. None of them, when they started their journeys, wanted this.
You hear that dry, hoarse laughter again. All but one. And you can see it almost like it's... As she opens her mouth, the words just come out like vomit into the air.
What is that?
Okay,
What is that?
yes, explain that, please.
Not Nana, but is this the Lich?
Make a persuasion check. Rudy and Gerald, or one with advantage.
I can tell you my persuasion is +6.
It's better than mine.
All right.
You roll with advantage.
Do it. Do it.
Get it up. Double 16s, all right. 22.
Oh, 22. She looks around, and she just opens her mouth. And you can see almost like a spectral set
Wait,
of
why does
teeth
that say
just
38?
inside of hers.
Oh,
A mouth. This bitch is nothing but a pawn.
oh. Whoa.
All right, well,
Doesn't have anything to do with any of this. Well, I suppose she has something to do with it.
Reveal yourself.
I would.
Well, do it.
I
Do
really
it then.
would. You're standing in my room. Of course, I would introduce myself if I could, but I haven't been allowed out for quite some time.
So you are this Lich.
I am the master of this tower. I'm the one who summoned Jalira to this realm to begin with. She was just lucky.
And what? You've been possessing her all this time?
Not quite. And she shuts her mouth. No. I ate him.
I
After
really
some
want
other
to.
foolhardy little adventures, not too dissimilar from you, destroyed his physical form. I took his phylactery, and I ate it.
well, Jalira, I must say,
You
usually
what?
the potatoes I eat don't really talk back once I'm done digesting them.
Coming from you, I don't believe that. At all.
Oh, hold on.
Fair, totally
Gerald,
fair.
is a phylactery a magical effect?
A phylactery is a capsule for a soul, Rudy.
But could a disruption of magic in a zone disrupt it?
I don't know if I have that knowledge. Is there something I could roll to know if I might have seen anything about that?
I will say in this instance, no. It would anything to do with liches are forbidden studies. You could potentially ask your hat.
What if I just feed her the potato and disbelief, though? What if I just do it?
Here, have some
I mean,
fries.
you just-
That's
Oh!
surprise, motherfucker!
I mean, it'll shut her up if anything. Well, yes. Hold on, Rudy. Maybe I'll ask someone who might know, and I'll whisper to Excaba, the hat.
Sarkaba.
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 I was just remembering
Alabra.
the X, and I like X gonna
Yes,
give it
I
to
know.
you. Sakaba. Sakaba, do you know much about liches and their phylacteries by any chance?
Lichdom is not something that my master would have sought. They claim immortality by storing their souls in objects. And said object destroyed means the death of their soul.
And still whispering as much as possible, just to be clear. And let's say
You definitely pick up easily that Jalira is intently listening.
Yeah, which is why I'm trying to like not let her hear.
It's clear for anyone closer to Jalira that she can definitely hear what's being said.
Arthur
She's
realized
not,
that.
but she's just listening. She's not really doing it. It's
Right.
just adamant from micro expression that she can't tell what's being said.
Gotcha.
I think at
All
this
right.
point, most of us have a beat on that. At
Yeah.
least with
Yeah.
the passive insight and whatnot.
Do you know of a way to destroy such a thing?
Only powerful magics would be able to do such.
If I were to say you know what at it?
Yes.
Cough it up, Jalira.
Her eyes go low. She holds her hands out. Take me along with it. And you hear that hoarse voice rumbling, "No! Let me out!" And you can hear it's like shut back, almost like Jalira's teeth are bars keeping it imprisoned.
Jalira,
She will say in abyssal,
Hmm.
"Take me with it. And this once and for all. If you hesitate this one last time, all your chances may be gone."
I kind of look at them like oh, of course I've got a psychic link to everyone still. I'm like I think this is her last ditch effort at doing the right thing. I think I might have a chance at taking care of it with the words I have learnt. On my mark, clear away from me as far as you can.
As you say that, Arthur, you immediately see what looks like teeth forming on the back of one of Jalira's hands, and her mouth opens.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
So having
And
given...
that's where we're gonna roll some initiative.
No! Oh, I was just about to do the thing! You monster.
And I am giving you the warning, I'm changing the music.
Okay. Nana, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Remember
select
being-
your tokens first.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Remember
That's
to
right.
select
I didn't do
your
it. I didn't do it.
tokens.
I'm sorry. I've worked it. And we don't have to worry about our oh god, we've all got terrible initiative.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay, I'm gonna just wait for this.
Okay, who rolled initiative without it ending up in the tracker?
Me.
We have Nana
It was
and
me. I'm
I don't
sorry.
think we can see the
Self-fix
tracker
it.
anyway, so...
It was 5. It was 5.
Is fine. You got a 5? What did
I
Arthur
will-
get?
25.
Dang it.
25.
Sorry. All right.
I mean, he gets a plus 10.
Yeah.
Does.
I love how.
And
yeah.
remember that your buddies share your initiative,
Mm-hmm.
except for Endirial, who's
Yep.
still going to be out.
Mhm.
But Endirial has increased the pace at which they're going.
Right.
Nice. Gotta. Ow. Gotta do that.
Yes, you gotta munch.
Munch.
So, top of the round, Arthur and Tura, you see this mouth appear as she's holding her hands out in this gesture, almost like a martyr's gesture. You see at the back of her hand, a mouth opens, and it's just about to speak some words. And it is your go, Arthur.
Oh hell no.
Arthur really doesn't know what to do now because the last he heard from Gerald was to run.
Well,
But
no,
he's-
the
he's-
instructions were on my mark, clear away from me as quickly as possible.
Right. All right. Well, he hasn't heard your mark, and he doesn't know when that's going to be, but he's scared of the hand.
I didn't get a chance to do it.
He wants to attempt to chop the hand off.
Ooh, okay. Okay. You know what? I love this idea. You want to chop the hand off.
with his sunblade.
I will say
Pretty
as
cool.
well, because of your various feats and abilities, I will say make an attack roll with advantage. If you hit, it is an auto crit, and you do have sneak attack because you are an assassin.
All right. All right. I'm gonna
Because
roll.
the body still belongs to Jalira, and she did not catch on. She's lowest in initiative.
That's the first roll.
25.
I suppose we're switching to
And
battle cannon.
Does it hit?
second one, so 25 is the
Okay.
hit. And now the damage. Does it
Remember,
count as,
this is a crit.
yes, does it count as radiant damage as well? Because I got one with
yes.
radiant and with one out.
Yes. And she does not seem to be able to resist the radiant damage.
Yeah, baby.
Mm.
Why won't you give me crit damage? I just rolled. Alright. I'll have to roll again as well on top of that. Yeah, because
Well, it
give
is
me...
doubled damage. It is double all of what you did. You did 33 points.
Yes.
But then we reduce by 8. So 25 times 2.
Good old
50.
50.
So 58 points of damage.
Okay.
58 points of damage. Let me have a look. I'm just gonna click the button. With a quick swing, like a hot knife through butter, the hand is severed, and the mouth disappears, like it suddenly vanishes, like it was never there. And you see Jalira just holding back. You can hear in her throat 2 screams, her own and that of this other entity. As blood starts pouring out of the severed hand, she's just standing there, tears forming in her eyes.
Oh, I
You
feel
have one
sad
more
now.
attack if you want to do anything.
Arthur is gonna actually aim for the other hand and chop that off if you can.
What the?
I will say chopping it off would be a lot more difficult because of where you are. It's like the other side, but I will. This time you roll as a normal attack.
Yep. Here it goes.
Just normal attack, and you need to do a certain threshold of damage.
30.
30 hits. You do not get sneak attack because you just had some.
Okay. Well, yeah, reduce it off afterwards. Oh, that dice. Come on. So that would be
13.
yeah, good old 13 that time.
13. You try to reach to the other side where Goose is currently standing. You hit at the hand. You manage to catch. You almost shave off a bit of the arm, a bit of the skin and flesh. And now she lets out a ah! And you can hear this dry screaming, no!
Can I
As
have,
she pulls her arm in and out, like a chunk of flesh missing from one, hand missing from the other. Arthur, you have a bonus action and movement, and you have.
Basically, he is just gonna get ready to disengage and.
Okay,
Right.
you as a rogue, you can disengage as a bonus action.
Oh. Okay. Stupid question. Can Arthur get over these tables if he must? Like, how
I'll say
big are
yes.
they?
He's dexterous enough to be able to parkour over.
Alright, sweet. So he's going to disengage to
Mhm.
there, essentially.
Okay.
And wait for Gerald's command to run further. That's the end of Arthur. Now, Tura. Tura is... that's a good question. Tura is just actually gonna go and find some color. Probably as far as possible away.
Okay.
Not gonna do anything else. Sora's pretty spent.
Okay.
That's it.
Good. Goose on his turn, seeing what had just happened, hearing Gerald's command. I think Goose would try more or less to just keep her in place. But you said, because you said clear a path. So Goose is gonna back up next to Yarig, but try to like hold on.
Yeah, no.
To
Specifically,
like...
I said not to clear a path. I said when I give the command to get as far away from me as possible.
Okay, because when you reiterated before, you said that give a command to clear a path.
No, I never said clear a path to clear away from me.
Clear. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I thought you said clear
I was
away.
If that
Not
was
clear
the...
away.
Yeah, clear away from me, like, because obviously the thing I'm about to do has an AoE.
Clear away. Like,
I get you.
make
I
away.
understand.
Okay, so if that's the case, then away, but they're already far away from you. Well, Goose will listen. Goose will use an action to disengage and back away from Jalira as well, trusting in Gerald's words. Rudy Magic Hands McGee.
Yeah. The way Gerald said that leads me to believe that he's going to do something that he believes is confident will
Confident.
confident that will take her out and be dangerous.
I think so.
I wasn't really
Yeah,
specific,
true.
but
No, you weren't. But that's the way the finale. Like,
he said to get away from him when he gives the signal. Don't
We can
matter.
let Rudy.
does
We
it?
can let Rudy interpret, but yes, we've had clearing on intent here.
yep. All right. Rudy will. He's going to take a step back and to the side, and he is going to ready a guiding bolt for if he perceives a soul leaving the body, he will fire the guiding bolt at the soul.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
Okay.
And that's what he does.
Yes. Okay. Yarig and Gerald.
Yeah, I mean this'll not exactly what I was planning. So because obviously we've rolled initiative, so I'm assuming we're perceiving a threat of some sort. So because I think I'm just struggling to understand what it is that we're perceiving that has triggered us into combat.
Probably the
Was it
hand in
because
the
Arthur's
hand.
reaction to the hand attempting to speak.
All right, and I think given...
And since you all have a mental link, you would have received that information immediately, that the hand was trying to...
I feel like, I mean, because Yarig's not in... Oh, wait, no, he is. Yeah, okay, he is. I think he would probably just try and follow Arthur's lead then, I suppose.
Okay.
And because he's, obviously his thing is cutting limbs off, he's going to go try and finish Arthur's job on the other hand, thinking that that's what he should try and do, I suppose. So he's going to go do his multi-attack, starting with a booming blade cantrip, and then in comes attack.
Okay. 25 will hit.
Yep. Go. So that's slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fire damage.
How much? 7. Okay. Fire damage is still seems to not be too effective.
I figured. And then booming blade damage. There's no convenient way for me to roll that, so it's, what is it? Booming blade, 3d8 and 48 on moving, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. So it deals that much thunder damage.
Okay. So as the sword hits, I will say it successfully lops off her other hand, and she's just standing there now, and she's tensing up. You can see like tears streaking down her face, and she mouths in your direction, Gerald. She mouths the words, "Do it," and she's still like trying to hold that pose.
All right, and then Gerald is just going to full tilt fly.
You do have one more Yarig attack.
Yes, I do.
We
I mean,
double check, but I think he has that he can cast.
yeah, he can attack twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Let's not kill her more than we have.
I was gonna
well,
say,
yeah, I just wanted to. I just wanted to take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I just
know,
wanted to
that's amazing.
take the hand
Yeah.
off before I tried what I'm going to try, and then. Oh God, you're all so close. Do we still have the thing where you can move it
You should be
out
able
of
to
turn?
move
What was the move out of turn
after-
rule, Josie?
You,
Can
you,
remind
you
me?
can use your reaction at the end of an ally's turn to move your.
So
your-
at the end of
So
Yarig's
could we say at
turn,
the end of
if you're
Yarig's?
like
No,
if-
because you
if
share
give the
turn.
word. Wow.
We share initiative,
share
but he's still separate turns.
Yeah, but no.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this sucks. Everyone's too close.
Ooh, wait.
Well, no, you're all too close. But yeah, so all right, whatever. I'm just going to do it then. Yeah, oof. Okay. Well, Gerald's gonna fly in, giving the command mentally. The command. You know,
You could
now.
also hold until everyone is out of range. If we're talking just turn order action economy, you could say I'll hold until everyone is out of range, and then at the end of your turn, everyone could move away.
Yeah, but I'm worried
Yeah.
about also Jalira moving out of the way, and then that's just, you know, nonsense.
She doesn't
at
have that
point.
benefit.
Yeah, but she's going to have a turn before I get another turn, right?
Not if you said that you hold your action.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay. Sorry, this is just
Yeah,
very
I will
stressful and not
absolutely
what I was
clear out.
planning at all.
I'm just wanting to help, like, through the mechanics established, this is how you would be able to do what it is you want to.
Yep, okay. I guess I might as well use Yarig's last attack maybe to... Can he sort of just, like, trip her and just, like, take her down?
Sure, I'll say it's then considered a the equivalent of a grapple, so he needs to make an athletics check, and it is. I'm gonna roll with disadvantage. She's not fully allowing it to happen, but she's not actively resisting.
There we go.
Okay, we
What was
rolled the
that?
same, so it all comes down to modifier.
29. Well, he's plus 13 on his athletics.
Yeah, she is not. She, in this form, has a no athletics bonus.
Oh.
So she, going with what just happened, Jalira allows herself to be felled down onto the ground.
Yep, and then...
And she's now laying, like, sprawled out, the blood pooling by her hands. And her eyes are just looking at you, Gerald.
And then Yarig is gonna fucking book it this way. And Gerald's gonna like sort of as close as possible, I guess, whatever the case. It's not gonna make a difference for these three, but yeah, he's going to... Hold on, let me quickly check the ranges for this, because he's going to speak the final incantation again.
Yeah. Would you like to hold your action to do so until the others are out of range?
Please.
Yeah, because
don't-
That'd be great.
no, the second you say that, we all can all move, and then it just pops automatically, right?
Yeah.
That's what Joshi's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I don't know when Jalira is going to move, though. is
She
the
moves
thing.
No,
after
but
all.
what I'm saying is you can tell the others, and as soon as your turn ends, there's a stack order of things. So the others use their reaction at the end of your turn to get away, and that automatically triggers your reaction.
All right,
So they would happen
here's how
before
I'll
her
phrase it.
turn starts.
Here's how I'll phrase it. So, I would like to ready to speak the final incantation as loudly as I'm able to, given the space that my allies give me, and but I would like it to pop if it looks like she's going to move even before that clear.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, good. So your intention is to, if she tries to move even before your friends, you will just do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'll give them as
Yes.
much time as possible to get away.
Yes, and are you giving them, because you did say before initiative that when you give the signal for them to get out of dodge.
Yes, and I did that
What is the
as
signal?
mentally. Oh, it's just
Oh,
like
you're mentally,
yeah.
okay,
Now I'm just like
perfect.
go.
At the end of Gerald's turn, everyone who wants to can use a reaction to back off.
Oh, we are
move.
getting out of here. Hell yeah. Oh, yep, there we go. And oh, which one's
Actually,
further
Yaga might
away?
as well use his reaction as well. He's just gonna like.
He can use his movement and then his reaction.
Actually, what do I still have a? You know what? I'm hidden pathing. Wait, is that a
No,
reaction?
you cannot, because
I
this
cannot,
is not
that's
your
right.
turn.
Then that is as far as we can get. Hopefully, it's good enough.
It's moving.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so
Goosey.
as you give the signal, everyone immediately clears away. I'm gonna move Goose as well up to
Okay.
by Nana.
It's a party in the bone pile.
And yeah,
Yeah. Then.
Gerald
Gerald.
whispers,
Is not whispering.
speaking.
Well, it's going to be as loud as the range allows me. Basically, is what I'm imagining here, and I'm just trying to find where it is.
35.
It's in the
If you
hats.
do
Here we go.
anything above a 35 will hit friendlies.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, it's 15 and then 60. Jesus. All right, so I guess it's just with 15. Yeah, so he can't even speak it without Jesus. All right, yeah. So it's only a whisper, I guess. But yeah, he will speak. He will whisper the final incantation. I was hoping to like yell it directly at her face, but yeah, we'll
As
go.
you come close enough, and it's not like a full whisper, it's more of a hushed tone.
Yeah.
She will look at you, pleadingly, thankfully, as I believe I need to roll several saving throws.
You can choose to fail.
She can't choose to fail, but there is an entity she's bonded with that will try to resist.
that doesn't want.
So yes.
Unfortunately.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be rolling these as straight rolls. Usually she would have advantage, but I'm rolling them as straight rolls. And then I'm going to roll a d6. And the corresponding in way of strength, dex, con, int, whiz, charisma, the corresponding one that I roll on the d6,
Mm-hmm.
she will be forced to use a legendary resistance on.
Okay.
So one of these will be an auto success, but I don't know which one.
Right.
either.
Okay.
And I'm rolling straight rolls with her current modifiers.
Okay. So, yep. Start off with
He's doing
strength.
them in
then, I
order.
guess. Yep.
Yeah. Strength. I got a 12.
Oh, that ain't gonna cut it.
Okay, so you keep track of what's happening.
Oh, so do you?
Strength fail. If you want to just have that noted for yourself somewhere, so we know which effects come into place.
Yeah. She's not resisting.
No, because I'll said after I've rolled all of these, I'll roll a d6 to see which one will implement legendary resistance.
Oh, okay. All right.
Second on dexterity though, I think she saves with a 22.
Ooh, that's just gonna be enough.
I think you got 21 as your save.
Correct. Yes. Yep. So 22 saves.
Okay. Con.
Yep.
She got a 22, a natural 18.
That's
Hold
pretty
on.
good. That's pretty good.
One sec.
Intelligence.
1 second. Hold on. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Intelligence is a 20 total.
Nope. That's a fail.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. I'm gonna force the 4.
You're gonna you want to use your port.
Oh, actually, sorry. Not wisdom. Sorry. I was gonna use it on charisma.
Okay, but that's good. The wisdom is only a 13.
All right. So that's a fail as well.
And you want to portent the charisma.
And I'm gonna portent the charisma. Yeah.
To what's the portented number?
4.
4, and she has a plus 12, so it's still a fail.
Oh, sorry, it's a 3, but yeah, same.
3. It's still a fail. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll a d6. The roll I get on this die, no matter if she already failed or succeeded, will be attempted to legendary resistance. So if it's something she has already succeeded, it just nothing really happens.
Okay.
I got a 2 dexterity,
All right.
which I believe she
That's
succeeded.
That's
That
good.
is that is perfect. Yes. All right.
So, pool up the damage. Tell me all the effects.
Yeah. All right. So we've got 1,
What
2, 3.
happens
So there's
to
4 failures. So we'll and then 4 failures and 2 successes. So I'll roll that damage out real quick. So
Okay.
1. Double ones? Are you kidding me? Okay.
We love double ones.
Don't we? 2. Sorry, this is going to be slow because I've got to reopen the item and then scroll down every single time I want to do this.
Oh god.
It's really, really.
You could have just pooled the amount of
cumbersome.
d10s, I suppose.
I could, but we're here now.
We're here now.
Too late. It's too late.
We
It's
made
too
the
late.
bed.
We made the bed. We have to lie in it.
That was 3, right?
Okay.
And
That's
then
3.
4. These are certainly rolls. And then 2 successes. So that's just single d10s. There we go. Alright, so that's all the damage rolls.
Yes.
So now the effects. So the strength fail means her weapon attacks deal half damage. The int fail means her spells deal half damage. The wisdom fail means she's stunned. And the charisma fail means she has lost resistance and immunity to charmed condition.
Perfect.
And that will persist until the end of my next turn.
Lovely. What about
As
the
you
witch?
whisper these words, you can see where she's been injured. The injuries almost start to fray, like flakes of paint being taken off by weather and wind. Her form starts to unravel, but it does not take full hold. Pieces of her seem to turn to ash and dust, to disappear into nothingness. One of her horns simply vanishes as someone pulled a thread from a wool shirt, and she lays there on the ground, tears flowing out of her eyes. She looks up, pleadingly at you, Gerald.
And Gerald sort of like at the end of it almost like lets out a breath like he'd been holding his breath rather than speaking words the whole time, and like sweat dripping down, and I'm just going to make that int save to see whether I'm able to do that
because
again.
you used it multiple times in one day.
Yeah, I've used it. Well, that's the second time I've used it today.
Yeah.
Now I do get a D4 on that, so that should be enough. So it brings it up to a 12.
Okay. And the DC was?
It says, due to the danger of using such powerful incantations, user must succeed in a save of DC 10 or be unable to use the feature again until you finish a long rest. DC increases by 4 for every use after the first.
Okay.
So I think that means that's a failure then?
I think it does, because I think it's a failure, but it only means you can't do it again, I believe.
Yes.
Or does anything else happen?
No, it's just like I can't do it again today.
You can't do it again. You've come too close to unraveling yourself.
Yeah, basically, yeah, and like sweat and like strain and like veins sort of bulging out a little bit unnaturally, and he kind of just like looks her in the eyes, and they sort of connect for a moment.
She's like, there's just tears streaming down the sides of her face as she lay on the ground,
and
immobilized.
He's kind of like, I'm sorry. And that's all he's able to.
She does like a little faltering nod. Nana and River, it is your turn.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was incredibly close, Gerald.
So, sorry, did that take care of the lich, or like?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
But very vulnerable for a little bit.
Yeah.
She is incredibly injured, mentally and physically. She's holding on by a thread.
I think that just means finish her, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, you'll hear through the psychic link. It wasn't enough.
All right, let's see. Let's see if this will go. You know what? Nana is gonna. How far can this spell go? Within range. What is that? Oh, no, that's in range. Never mind. Yeah, Nana's just gonna move forward a little bit. And feeble mind her. If she can. She's gonna just say, I'm so sorry. And she will need to get an intelligence save of 19.
Just bringing up the spell.
If I can see the lich, I'd rather feeble mind the lich, but I don't know if her mouth is open.
No, you cannot.
I cannot see the lich, that's what I thought.
Okay. I need you
Mhm.
to roll damage. Because it deals damage first and foremost.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I believe it...
Now I'm gonna roll that save.
Yes. 4d6. 14.
She looks at you, Nana, as you start casting the spell. A soft smile. Take care of her. And then you see her eyes glaze over. She falls slack-jawed to the side. There's a sound of shattering. Like glass breaking deep in her throat. And Gerald, you see something is trying to almost push itself up through her gullet. And then it too, it wells out of her mouth onto the ground, almost like a thick fog that then disperses in the faint shape of a man before it too just disapparates. You stand here in this chamber now. You can see laying before you is no longer the pale, bony white Jalira, but a young woman with raven black hair, red wings, and these red-based black small horns, and a terrible scar across the left side of her face. Here lies Jalira of House Ballad. Yarig steps forward, puts a hand on your shoulder, Gerald. Goose walks up to you, Nana, and says that it had to be done.
Wait. Everybody wait a moment. Gerald, ask the hat. The phylactery has been destroyed. Could we bring her back?
Sakaba?
Yes.
Was that the phylactery?
I only have a minute.
Is it gone?
Seems like it. Yes.
He seems to think so.
Nana, do you believe that she genuinely wanted to change?
I want to think so.
I have enough juice in me. I reckon I can do this one last time.
Do it.
Do it.
Rudy runs over, rummages in his backpack, and pulls out the last 300 gold worth of diamonds that he has. Do we agree? Am I doing this?
And Nana puts a hand on Rudy's hand. Do it.
Goose will nod.
I don't know if it's the right decision, but I believe in Nana, and if Nana believes in Jalira, then that's has to be good enough for me right now. Do it.
I consider all the second chances I've had. I feel like she deserves at least one, and Rudy casts Revivify one last time.
And Nana casts Regenerate just after.
So you're ready. Rudy, you've not cast a spell like this since you came under to work for the Lady of Graves. And you realize as you cast this spell, this is what you were meant to do. Everything that you believe, everything that you represent, is the Lady of Graves. Sarenrae asked too much good of you. She wanted you to not lie, to not commit any criminal acts. She wanted you to be a good, upstanding citizen. She wanted you to heal the living, the sick, the infirm, to give criminals a chance at redemption. She wanted you to show mercy. Whereas Ogathoa wanted the opposite. She wanted you to revel in death. She wanted you to feast, to engorge yourself on everything that life could offer and beyond. The Lady of Graves. all she wants to is care for the dead, like you've always done. As you hold a diamond, a spiral forms in the air. Slowly, slowly, it moves between your hand and the solar plexus of Jalira. I'm going to need everyone to roll a d20.
Heck.
Just a d20.
Right now?
Right
Oh,
now.
that's a garbage roll. What is this?
Oh shit.
I got a 17.
Got a 7.
Don't make us roll right now, you monster.
Can I? No.
Yeah?
No.
No, go ahead. Finish the thought.
I was gonna, considering Rudy didn't use his limit break.
I will definitely allow it.
Rudy feels like the spell is not quite taking.
You feel
Is that right?
that Jalira is rejecting it,
Right.
but she's hesitating.
So
You know she can hear you still from the other side.
Mm.
She's not passed over completely. She's not yet reached the boneyard. Her words can still reach her.
Rudy doesn't conjure words. Rudy, being in the unique position he is at the crossroads of life and death, he feels like in this moment he can see it all. He can feel the hopes of the living. He can hear the cries of the dead. And there's just so much regret. And given his passive perception, I feel like he might have heard that final comment to Nana. So he doesn't say anything. He just conjures the image of the memory of him healing Jalira's daughter way back when, and the imagery that we saw of her having a good time at that campsite. And the words he speaks are, why not watch over her yourself? Come back. We want you to have this second chance.
As you reach a spiritual hand toward her, she takes it. All of you watch as her horns turn to dust, her wings wither away, her complexion becomes a fuller, an almost lightish brown hue. The scar still lingers as she opens deep brown eyes and looks at all of you. And she starts crying, curling herself up into a small ball. She starts crying, weeping, sobbing, centuries of pain she's letting go of. And Yarick steps up closer to everyone. There is still one thing we need to do.
Right. Let's do
I'm
it.
going to ask everyone to roll me a d6.
Yo. Hey. Hey.
I've rolled 2 rolls this whole game this session. So well rolled.
All of them were under 10.
Oh, whoops.
The building is still falling, sinking into the lava. But amongst the shakes you hear and the wall bursts in as you see a man clad in a scuffed piece of armor holding what looks like a big ball of iron at the end of a rod. You see a person who almost bested Gerald in a game of battle. You see Titus Quicksteel breaks down the wall. Behind him, several figures step through. You see a long silver-maned elf, like tall, and mid-transformation you see that she goes from being this almost feral beast-like, and as the hairs recede, the snout shortens, but her hair remains silver. Last time you saw her, she was doing a full Nelson to a dragon outside the cinder furnace. Nana, you see your old neighbor. He's missing an arm, patched up. Got scars and marks all over his body. And he's carrying in his hand the body of a young woman wearing a blue dress. He says, "I'll never ask you for anything, but can you help us?" You see behind him, you see a red drake clambers into the room. And they said, "Of course we can do it after we're done." It's time to end this. Jorig walks up to all of you and says, "We have enough. Everyone grab hands."
Oh,
He just grabs the hands of the person closest to him.
I guess we're all doing this then.
You see that there are 3 among the help that have fallen. And behind them, carrying the little gnome known as Peblin, is another figure. With untidy brown hair, a young halfling man steps in. Frostburn scar across one of his cheeks. Some skin missing, you see teeth underneath. And as he sees all of you, he says, "I didn't think it was true. I'm glad to see you're all okay." As Sen Flurrytop steps in.
What?
Excuse me?
Zen?
Sen?
Sen Flurrytop.
I'm afraid that one's flying over my head right now.
Sin's twin brother.
The
Oh.
one that
The one that
we buried.
No, we
No,
buried
you
Taj.
buried another. You buried Ted.
Sen was
Thank
missing.
God. Oh, shit.
And Nana just goes, "Sen, your sibling is
You
going
feel
to be
his
so
body
happy."
as you run up to him. He's cold to the touch, and he has no pulse. But he wears a pendant on his chest with a spiral on it.
Ah.
I like it. Well, I suppose catching up can wait. And then Nana just goes back and holds hands. She will actually take Fendel's hand. He allows.
he takes yours, and then you see Titus just puts a hand on the injured shoulder where there's like most of an arm missing. No, actually, it would be the other. It's his right hand. So you take his hand, and you realize that Fendel's left hand is very much insect-like. Reminds you when you've looked really close at an ant's little hand.
Fendel, lovely to see you. I hope you've been keeping up with the garden, as she prepares to help close the portal.
And he says, I'll be honest, I don't dislike seeing you alive.
I'm sure we can get you fixed up in no time.
As you all take hands, the Dragonkin join you, and Diriel, having exhausted, almost like crawling on all fours, going like, no, I'm fine, don't help me, I'm okay. They come up and they stand up and take hands. And Yarig speaks with a voice of authority. And as he does, he also stares at the portal as your various walls start to unmake themselves, showing the landscape beyond. To amend a chord of old, we gather and hearken to thee. To safeguard the future untold, giving mortals the power to be free. I, Yarig, heir of Shams, say, close the veil. River says, I, River, heir to Muhit, says to close the veil. I, and Ariel, heir to Easif, says to close the veil. I, Tura, heir of Thalaj, says to close the veil. And Yarig sort of eyes everyone as you hear. I, the tall elf with a silver mane of hair, says, I, Kiba, speaker for the Song of Spheres, says to close the veil. Fendel speaks up. I, Fendel, representant of the winds and the waves, says to close the veil. Titus looks over at you, Nana. I, Titus Quicksteel, representant of the accidental god, says to close the veil. Yari then looks at all of you.
Arthur sort of goes, I, Arthur the third, leader or vanguard of the black. And he sort of chokes up a little bit. Closes the veil. He's like almost crying.
I think you guys have to close the veil, guys.
Yeah.
I think you have to close the veil.
Who's next in line? Who's
It's this awkward silence, and Yarig just goes like,
Arthur looks at Rudy.
I, Rudius Messigi II, representant of Pharasma, Lady of Greys, wishes to close the veil.
all eyes are on you, Gerald.
Excuse me.
All right, I go. And Goose like chimes in, and says that, and he says, he would say, I, Marcel Woods, representant of Kazutal, says to close the veil.
I, Gerald the Wizard, representative of Nethys, god of magic, say absolutely close the veil once and for all.
As you say that, and as Yarig reiterates the previous passage, to amend the accord of old, we gather and we have hearkened to thee, to safeguard the future untold. We wish for this world to be free. You see, the gateway to the abyss shimmers, like water falling down a wall. They settle slowly, and eventually, the only thing you can see are your own reflections. Cornelius hops over to you, Rudy, and says, Rudy, you have a choice to make. If you stay here, you will be cut off from the Lady of Graves. And your time will end. Or you could come with us to other worlds that need our help.
Rudy sort of looks over at the party and sort of nods. Too many second chances, I think.
Very well. And Cornelius then flies over and lands on Sen's shoulder, who walks up to Nana and says, Unfortunately, I'm in a similar situation. And he unfastens a dagger from his belt. Would you give her this? And just
Of course.
tell her that she's what kept me around? I'll be honest, I didn't expect to be spending a year chasing this one. And she's like, looks over at Jalira, still crying, looking around.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was sure something.
I'll be sure to give her your love and to let her know you're out there thinking of her.
Cornelius looks over at you, Rudy. Having been touched by so many, there's no telling when your strings are cut. So from today on, live.
I will.
And Cornelius opens his wing, and as he flaps them, a flurry of feathers just scatter around. And as they land, Sen is nowhere to be seen.
You had me worried for a moment, Rudy.
You and me both, Gerald.
Well,
Claps you on the
Hugging
shoulder.
you at this point of time.
Oh, no, it's okay. I didn't think it would be as violent as last time, but there will be a time when, well, my time is up. But it should be the final time. I have deeds that I need to answer to.
Nana will make her way over to Jalira, who I'm guessing is still on the ground, crying, and just...
She's crying less.
She'll just hold out a
looking
hand.
At the mirrors. She takes your hand and slowly stands up. She walks up and tentatively touches the cold surface of the mirror. I never expected to be free.
I'm glad you are. And it looks like we can all use our time wisely going forward.
Yes, we probably should not linger. Actually.
Oh, Gerald's gonna like nervously
Yeah,
run
you
over
can
to the
see
stairs.
This, like, there's like this dull red glow coming, and Titus then says, "Yeah, the place was pretty much sinking when we bust through, hoping you were at the top. But we have modes of transportation. You seem to be okay." And all of the 4 Dragon Kin unfurl their wings. Say, don't worry about it. The next day, Vanguard of the Black, along with the Help and the Dragon Kin, arrive back in Ebonspire to report success to the Queen. Seeing you all return alive, the Queen cries. Like a mother who thought her children gone, she falls down to her knees, ignoring the pain, and she hugs all of you tight.
Oh.
Large enough to just pull everyone in. From the corner of your eyes, you see Yarig walk up, share a tender gaze with Senimon.
Oh.
Right.
Oh my.
The Queen speaks. One could not help but expect the worst. But you are all back. You are all back.
I hardly believe it myself.
And it's been done. I can feel it. I can still feel her warmth, but Sarenrae no longer speaks in my mind. We have, for all intents and purposes, we have won. Our freedom, our future. Venarian Quinn walks up to you, Arthur, puts a hand on your shoulder. Good job, kid.
He just blushes and goes, thanks.
As Jalira stands awkwardly further away, the Queen looks over and just smiles. The way only that Queen Erica Dervon smiles, and ushers her over. As Jalira hesitantly walks up, the Queen says, "There is much that cannot be forgiven. But we shall try." And I would like to ask, what happens next?
Ooh.
A nervous collapse.
I will ask Rudy to roll me a D100.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm so good at these. Okay, this is like the third roll of the night. Please, don't be terrible. It's a 79.
Ooh.
I don't know what
Okay.
but that's a 79.
10 too many.
It takes 79 years before one day Rudy
Let's
doesn't wake
go!
up. And I would like to ask,
Let's go,
what
Lloyd!
happens next, everyone? What happens next?
Can
Wow.
we just tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us.
9 years to work with, baby.
Let's
That is a long time. I'm so happy for you.
Can you imagine if that's
Um,
the time I roll a nat 1 with a roll of 100?
We'll go in order. Actually, I will
yeah.
ask Gerald. What happens next?
Oh my god.
Gosh, short term or long term or I don't even
All of
know
it.
where to.
What does
where to
Gerald
start. Well,
do going forward?
He starts off with a very long extended weekend where he recovers from running on anxiety and adrenaline for the last however long. Yeah, once he's gotten that out of his system, he kind of spends a fair bit of time sort of just pottering around, really not knowing what to do with himself at first. Kind of like sort of almost not without any real feeling or any intention, kind of just idly studying in his book or idly studying in the library, kind of just going through the motions of what he's been doing for so long.
Over the years, I will say Gerald will realize that the powers granted to him by the contract taken over by Nethys slowly diminish. As the being that is his patron, his influence can no longer reach. But it takes time. It's a slow process.
And I guess once that sort of starts to happen, he might consider to whether he wants to live a more mundane life, or perhaps whether he wants to instead learn about the magic that's still in his blood. So I'd imagine that he would at least want to make sure that nothing too out of control happens going forwards, because obviously, his wild magic that sort of like it's vaguely was barely controlled before, if it's the only thing left, maybe the power imbalance might not work out, and he's just concerned. So he'll probably spend some time in Tarkar studying with the sorcerer families just to make sure he's at least safe.
He finds a lot of kinship, lots in similar positions when it comes to wild magic.
And once he's at least confident in what abilities are actually his own, and he feels like, because I think he also hadn't really fully accepted that the threat is gone. He's been looking over his shoulder for years, and it's taken a lot of unwinding of that and letting it go before he can actually move on. But once he finally does, he realizes that it's just back to being plain old Gerald, almost. I mean, yeah, he's got a bit of magic, but he can finally do something that's just quiet with his life. And he decides to open a bookstore for both mundane and magical tomes, and a place where people can come and relax and be safe. He operates it partially out of the Reflected City, and he does actually have a shop front in Ebonspire, but he generally doesn't physically commute there. He generally stays safe in the Reflected City, and has figured means to be present in the store, which is probably actually partially illusionary, and there's probably some partially trans-dimensional shenanigans going on. So the shop is remarkably safe to be in. And yeah, he passes his time. Maybe adopts a cat that is far too insistent on being inside, and yeah, lives out his life, which he may or may not be extending by microdosing himself on the immortality juice that they took.
Right.
No,
He's worked it out. Basically,
he's done the math.
He's done the math, and he only has to take a very, very tiny amount to extend his life just a tiny bit, and then that allows him to reconsider whether he wants to live an extra year or two on top of what his potential mortal lifespan
when
would
his
normally
life
be.
warranty is up.
That's right. Yeah, when someone wants to talk to him about his extended warranty. And then he decides if his body's still up to it and his mind's still up to it, and if so, then he just a little dose more, until he decides eventually that he's lived long enough and has, spent the time that he wants. Yeah.
And I'm gonna reiterate for those watching as well that this life juice, it prolongs life, but it does not slow down aging. So that is also why he's just microdosing it, because they know for a fact that after a certain point things get nasty. Nana, what happens next?
What happens next? Well, Nana has some loose ends that she needs to tie up first before she can really pursue her next chapters in life. One of them is obviously visiting Jack in Tarkar as well. He's probably mostly changed into a giant flaming tortoise at that point, but she does have very good salad recipes, and she does share those with the people who bring salad to the the tortoises, the fire tortoises, the heralds. There we go. So she wants to make sure that he's very well taken care of, even if he's not necessarily himself anymore.
He's mostly himself.
He's mostly himself.
He's taking on, similar to how the essence of dragons were traded. He was not becoming tortoise-like, but he was taking on the profound amount of magic that had been forced into it. So he would be more akin to a fire giant at this point, living down in the lava lake below the city of Tarkar.
She definitely still visits and remembers the fire resistance potions, because that's important.
Maybe you visit Gerald with the sorceries families every now and then.
I think she does. She's very, now that she's kind of out and about, I think one of the first things she would do, though, is probably encourage Jalira to go and visit her daughter, and not necessarily be there for the reunion, but just say, there's time to make up for, do it whenever, but my door's also always open. She would do that. She still is looking for a very, very powerful magical source that can help little slime Marnie become a real girl. And she also...
You still have a wish.
Hmm.
There is still a wish.
I mean, if no one took the ring off Rudy,
Yeah.
if Rudy's in the mood for second chances.
I mean, are we in the mood for second chances?
Rudy would have, if Nana explained that's what she wanted to do, Rudy would have given her the ring.
I'll see how the rest of the party feels.
Well, Rudy was the one who knows the full story and experienced the full story.
Yeah.
He would say,
You would definitely be the sympathetic ear, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, would anyone object at this point?
Yeah, that's...
I don't think so, no.
Nope.
All right, then in that case, Nana would love for little Slime Marnie to fulfill her dream and become a little girl, and she would take her in, teach her recipes, and I feel like one day they might even go so far as to maybe see what happened to Ash. See if they can find her friend. Nana would also, before too much, she would go to turn her attention to the Eastern Mountain Range, where she knows there's a cure, and she would go say hello to Jem, perhaps get the party back together if everyone is not too busy, and explore. Gerald's retired.
Gerald's retired.
No. I was
Maybe
going to say
we smell a spin-off in the future.
I was going to say Gerald would be like, Gerald is living slow life, but he would, for you guys specifically, and no one else, not even the Queen, he would drop everything for the party.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah, and honestly, when those are tied up, she just visits people and she enjoys her relationships, and she, visits Finnica and has a book club, and they read silly little stories, and in her spare time she still does research about what Caden said about there being so many worlds out there. And I don't know if she ever answers that question, but it's enough to keep her very intrigued about the world. She came into this bleaching. She didn't have a lot left. And she came out of this with so many things to do and so many people to hold dear for quite a long time. Yeah.
The bleaching eventually does come back. Your link to the first world has been cut off along with the veil. But Nana still has several couple of years.
Yeah. Oh,
She's still got plenty of time. But she can tell. Arthur, what happens next?
Well, gosh. Arthur's actually gonna go find a very private little mountaintop and make somewhat of a grave for George as a memento memorial. Just all sort of nice little things, and then on a little rock he's written in Elvish, "My little shit." Everything else on every other rock is very nice things and all that, but he had to add that
just
one.
that one rock.
That one rock. Straight after that, he goes finds his girlfriend. He's gonna propose.
Oh, we go from
And pretty much goes to her and says, "I have come close to death one too many times. And I know
She's
my
giving you
life.
the I know look.
I know life is short, even if you are an elf. But I just want to do it with you."
Ooh.
So,
For several months, she only responds with, "Ask me again tomorrow."
oh, for fuck's sake. Why does she sound like my real one?
Nice.
But eventually she says yes. You get married aboard the Tide Rider.
Yep.
Everyone is invited.
Everyone's invited.
Oh, we better be.
Everyone is invited. You travel to a small island to the southwest called Thalassia. And you are wed with the power vested within Fevinus Karen.
Yes.
Yes.
You have an island wedding, tropical island wedding.
Then after that, Arthur would assume to have children. Twins, in fact. And he has a home, but they decide to more travel. We go traveling, visiting between Gerald, Uncle Gerald. Jerry is what the kids call him, Uncle Jerry. We go and see Rudy, which they call him Old Man Rudy.
He does look like he's falling apart, so that's fair.
We go visit Nana, where they just call cute little Nana. We even go see Goose, where they're always asking for being thrown up in the air and basically thinks Goose is a theme park. They
We will ask Denny at some point what Goose is up to, and we will make sure that everyone gets to know.
They even go visit Jalera as well. And basically, that is what they do for the next 10 to 15 years, is they just travel friend to friend to friend. Every now and again, stopping in at home, but essentially knowing when our welcome is almost outstayed and we go visit the next friend.
I love that.
I love that.
After the kids are grown and old, and Arthur's getting old himself, he just wants to find a nice bit of land and can sit down, shoot his arrow, and drink his days away.
Unless anyone has anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's
what
Rudy
is
gonna
Rudy
survive
do
in-
with his
What does Rudy
79
do with his
years?
79 years?
Yeah.
Now, what do you do?
Well, first things first. Rudy reunites his family. He brings them all back together. He mends the old wounds. He becomes the bridge to bring the family back together. He then, like Arthur, travels. And it's almost uncanny. While his power might be diminished, having being their connection to the deity is severed for the most part, he still manages to find himself in situations where people need help, and he continues to provide aid where he can. Until we start coming up to that 79th year, and then he makes a few very special stops. The first stop is Nana Melavora's house, where he provides a recipe book from his mother of all of her recipes, and he cooks for Nana the stew that he burnt way back in Cold Down Under, immaculately, to a T. Not one thing was wrong with it. But I'm sure Nana would be able to do.
No, best stew she's actually ever tasted.
He then visits Gerald and gives him a book,
Oh,
and it's handwritten by Rudy. The Adventures of the Vanguard of the Black.
Oh, that's cool.
And if Gerald looks in the cover, looks in, like under the cover, he sees that it's dedicated to our friends Nana Melavora the Wise, Gerald the Wizard the Brave, Arthur Orlok the Third the Foolish, and Das Goose. Nothing else needs to be said.
Yeah, yeah.
Marcel
He then-
Daskus.
He visits Arthur and leaves him an arrow carved out of bone.
Oh.
Perfectly weighted
Oh,
with and carved in, like sort of scratched into it in Elvish. Because Rudy's had 79 years.
Mm-hmm.
His aim and loose.
oh, that's so cool.
He would visit George's grave and leave the magic.
Mm.
And then, yeah, he would, because I feel like he would know. He would know when that time is coming. And yeah, he would probably find the most inconvenient spot he can possibly find for anyone. And that's where he chooses to go.
Ah. Flashbacks to my old job.
As we draw the curtains closed on this adventure, the world is still changing after the events that have occurred. Where all of Dramonia is not doused in war, it still has its own things to deal with. Eventually, in the future, native gods appear. Ones that belong to this plane. In the west, the queen steps down at some point in the future. And it is turned into a democracy, ruled by elected officials. In the east, King of Gold lives long, loved by his people. But one day, they say, during a total solar eclipse, he vanishes. In the south, things are not well. People start fleeing the south as it becomes overrun by Gelugons. In the north, beneath the earth, something stirs. A massive hole had been cultivated, a pit, if you will, had been cultivated for almost 1,000 years for archaeological reasons, ecological reasons. It was called the Pit of Gormus, said to house monsters where people would go to prove themselves, to earn fame and fortune. Our adventurers never ventured there, but something at the bottom stirs. And at some point, creatures living within start pouring out of it. But this is far in the future. Something much closer to the end of the lifetimes of our friends. We see a tower sitting in the middle of a lake. A lake once filled with poison and miasma. A figure steps out through the door, pulling a robe of snakeskin on, a pair of gloves, and a pair of boots, all made out of this red-tinted snakeskin. Now where did I put my hat? And that's where we're ending Dramonia.
Oh my goodness.
Holy shit, we did it.
Oh my god, we did it! Guys, we did it! Guys, we
shit.
got the S plus super secret happy ending.
You did.
Oh
You
my
gosh. Fucking brought her back.
We
And you
brought
better
her
believe
back and we changed her.
I thought of that in the moment too.
I'll be honest, if you hadn't, I was gonna be like, time to stuff her in my bag of holding so I can do it later.
No, I just had a thought because I'm like, I didn't need to revive anyone. So I
Yeah.
had one revive left.
You had that one charge that you had
Yeah.
saved.
And
It
and
was-
and my limit break was a resurrection as well. So I'm like, I can do this.
Oh, that's perfect.
Shit's
I mean,
on the Sean.
the fact that you still had that and you could use that to boost it was so.
yeah.
I'm so curious. Did we see Gerald's limit break?
No,
That's it.
no,
What
no,
was
no.
it?
You get to know?
He gets to cast every spell he has.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, like at once?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Holy shit.
he could basically just, instead of taking his turn, he could just be like, no, shoot every spell at once.
That's
Yeah.
Oh
nuts.
my
Open-
god.
open up
He
the
could
force
He
it,
could trade
basically.
spells for Eldritch Blast as well.
Yeah.
Just trading all Eldritch Blast.
No, literally, what I this is why I was saying I had to do a lot of math because
That's why I was saying like it's gonna take up at least 30 minutes when we get to
Wow.
I know it wouldn't have been that bad because I'd already boiled it down. It'd be 3 5th level psychic glances, one 8th level psychic glance, possibly a mental prison if she was vulnerable to charm, which is why I made sure that she was vulnerable to charm. Possibly a 7th level lance, and otherwise 11 casts of Eldritch Blast, which is 44 bolts, totaling 44 d10 plus 44 times 6 damage.
it. Yeah, so it's been a lot.
Dang.
Yeah,
Dang.
Open dice screaming, why didn't Gerald open with that?
well, no, because
I
it's
will
not a
ask-
Gerald thing to
I'm-
do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
I'm gonna ask the player something.
Yeah.
Because how I wanted to do this boss gauntlet was pretty much in reverse to what a lot of games do. Where her first form was her strongest, and she was subsequently becoming weaker every time. Like opening the different layers of a nesting doll was the idea. So, depending on how things would have gone, you could have had to fight her in just her basic form.
Yeah, I did actually do some base math for myself just to know, because I was also having to work out whether I'd get extra d6s from Goose or not to add it to that, which would have been a lot. So it would have been like between 330 and 964 psychic and force damage.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between those two numbers, yeah.
If we're talking about limit breaks, Rudy's limit break wasn't just a resurrection, so it had a trigger on a player character's death, and the keyword was death. So not just falling unconscious,
But like actual
death.
Nice.
So they would pop back to 1 HP first of all. Jalira would be stunned for a turn,
Ooh.
and the
nice.
party would receive up to the equivalent of it's 10 spell slots. So essentially you have the number 10, and if you wanted to recover an 8th level spell, that would take 8 out of that 10, and then you could so it was a recharge of spell slots.
It was like if we needed like a massive heal or something. That's awesome.
Well, that's the thing. It was more to reinvigorate the party as opposed to direct healing, because I figured we had the healing. The healing was not the issue. It was
the firepower.
Yeah. So but thankfully we never had to use
I do
it.
believe Gerald's also would have restocked all of his spell slots.
Oh
Yes.
really? Holy shit.
Because he has so few.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was just a free cast of everything, and then a
So good.
refresh on his spells. Yeah.
Josie, I liked how you did it though.
Yeah.
Did you?
Because it was
Yes,
once
I
we were
did.
done with that first phase, as she kept losing things, it really made me think, she loses things. We basically had to peel her back down until she was just
you had to
herself.
strip her down to who she was.
And then we could actually, while she still had all that emotional walls up as well, but when she was just at the end of her rope, then that was when we finally were able to break through, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it definitely took a unexpected turn, as far as I was concerned. And I was kind of I was holding that limit break just purely because Gerald's brain is always going to get worse. So he was holding off until it was peak worse. And I was saying to Darcy, I almost fired it off last week as if I had a chance before she bolted through the portal, I would have fired it then. As a last chance to stop her from escaping potentially.
Yeah,
But then, it all changed.
I was always
the Fire Nation
expecting it to
attacked.
turn around with something. Like I was waiting for that. Hold on, here it comes now. So, and then
Yeah.
as we slowly progressed in the fight, I'm like, oh, maybe it's not coming. Maybe we really have just pushed it to this limit.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, we just kept moving.
Yeah, really, really unexpected.
Yeah, but in a good way. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
It was very it's very, I don't know. It's more memorable in that fact that it was just no, we did this right. So let's go through the boss fight.
And we found the secret too. Like we might not have known that there was a freaking lich inside her unless we actually killed her and the lich got out and we're like, oh no.
I will say it was only because of the specific uses of the final incantation and feeble mind, since it's an intelligence and spellcaster against thing. Otherwise, it would have gone into what would have been the next phase, which was fighting the lich.
Oh
I
shit!
am so glad I used Feeble Mind then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but because feeble mind specifically attacks mentally the way it does, and she was in her almost fully downed form, and the use of the final incantation, which is basically just anyone who hears it, they start to just become unmade.
Yeah. I was very much hoping that the Feeble Mind would attack the lich in some way, and I'm happy that it worked.
She was. It was 9 hit points was what Gerald left. her on.
Oh boy! We did it!
And those rolls were so bad as well.
Yeah, so it was so close. And then the 4d6, I was like, that might not be enough. 4d6 can go below 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait, you know, when we did this, when we therapied, what was his face? Logaheen, I told you we would therapy.
He was actually written as my Deus Ex Machina. He would come in for one last-ditch effort if things were all the way south.
Oh,
Right.
I love my boy.
Oh.
See, I raised him right.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was thinking, I'm like, there's got to be a way we can, once we discovered that, yeah, she was being manipulated to an extent, then there had to be a way to pull her through it. So I remember I was watching your face when I said, wait, hold on.
I was so excited.
Because you were on the verge of sad tears, and then I'm like,
and I will say, if Orby hadn't been like, I'll chop off the hand, that was the lich about to cast a 9th level disintegrate at Arthur.
Oh shit! I mean,
if you had, I mean, you could have, because you had the full 100 temp hit points.
Yeah.
Arthur
probably could've
had
survived,
possible.
but-
280 hit points combined for temp and max.
Yeah, I don't think a disintegrate would have broken through that actually, but the lich didn't know.
It would have been
No,
still pretty bad.
it would have
Yeah.
taken an arm or two. It would have done something.
Does anyone? I know we're running a little bit over, but who wants the quick version of the lore of Jalira?
Yes.
It really has to be quick because
Yeah.
as we're speaking,
Yeah, but then you
I
can,
have 5 hours of sleep as of right now. So
Okay, but you can.
So the
you
thing
can tell
is
me.
that she was tricked. Back in the day, she was tricked. She wanted to make a deal to become the biggest hotshot in her family, to inherit everything. So she made a deal with a wizard, who ended up sacrificing her. Said, this wizard's name was Ioldi Awarna, who later became a lich.
Yeah. That name rings
And
a bell.
when he was experimenting on creating undead, he stumbled upon a ritual that could summon fiends. And he managed to trap an archfiend, and then would later go to summon a second one, he thought, but instead he got Jalira because she was native to this plane. She was only a normal succubus at that time. And as she was summoned, she was then told to be Suriel's, person on the inside.
right.
Right.
And all of these are all things you could have stumbled upon if you had taken different directions at earlier parts of the campaign. They were all there. So yes, when Ioldi was killed by the Help, Jalira ate his phylactery.
Right, yeah.
And took some of his powers. And after that, she started doing like, what else can I take?
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting. So yeah, like I definitely got that vibe because that she was like not fully invested in what she was doing.
No, she was just happened to be in the right place at the wrong time.
For the record, Arthur, you would have been absolutely fine. 9th level disintegrate would be between 59 and 154 damage.
Oh, Arthur could have easily tanked that
You'd
in
have
his
been
base
fine.
current health. And then he could have the bragging rights as Rudy.
No, only Rudy gets the bragging rights against disintegration rays, please.
But before we sign off, friends, everyone out there, we will be going on a hiatus as we will be preparing for Campaign 2, because Campaign 2 is not far away. Still some time away, but keep your eyes, watch this space. There may be other content in the meanwhile, while we prepare the final little touches. For those of you who don't know, you should definitely go to our YouTube to check out our little prologue episodes where we have the characters meeting each other, where we have Roju playing Forrest Barkley running into Mirel, played by Cuddly Raptor. And we have Trish Smotherborn, played by the Weatherstorm, who runs into a trap set by Tinker Slobbersnout, played by Osdevro.
We're both murderers.
They were good times.
Those of you who are avid watchers
great.
of Ozzy's channel, if you've seen the clip of him going, "We're both responsible, we're both murderers," it's from the prologue.
Oh, Dutch, if you like Tinker's name, wait till you hear some of the NPCs in his backstory.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, jeez.
So I'll say we're very close to being ready, but the things that need to be done before we can actually start may take some time. So I just hope everyone's excited to see what's in store going forward.
Yes.
Feel free, those who are curious, on YouTube, you can also watch our playlist of sessions. There's a playlist put together where they have handpicked the sessions from various places, because when we started this over 3 years ago,
Oh my god. Yeah.
the quality was not great.
Look, we did our best.
It was a far cry from what we have here
Oh
at the
my God.
end. Yeah.
But that's also because it was just supposed to be a little mini thing.
Yo,
And here we are.
here we freaking are.
Here we are, 129 games later.
No idea why Automod thinks honky is a slur.
I don't
It's-
know. I
It's
don't.
I think it's an
I-
American thing.
Is it?
Is it an
Is
American
it though?
thing?
I think it is.
Is it though?
I don't feel like it is. Maybe I just don't know.
Maybe not from your part of America, potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe not. True.
Not from my part. It's over on the West Coast. Yep.
Just in case, I'm putting the YouTube link in chat. There you go, everyone. So if you want to catch up on any of the old episodes, want to see the prologue episodes for the campaign 2, it's all there. Yeah, enjoy.
Yes. Oh, did
So
my
campaign 2 will be new world, new characters. We as players may reference things that happened in this campaign going forward, but there will not be any characters showing up. There will not be any events. No, we do not get Planeswalker Arthur. Stop. It's not gonna happen.
Thank God.
He wants it.
The
You can tell.
only thing you might run into would be Dionysus, because he's now a Planeswalker dragon.
Yes, that makes sense.
But we all know what happened to Nicol Bolas. Yeah, no, maybe not, if you don't play Magic the Gathering. But don't give dragons planeswalking powers.
I had to heal him somehow.
It's not a good thing.
I'd do it again too.
All right.
Yes, but
That
that is where
is
we're gonna go, friends.
Oh
We
my gosh.
thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
End of an era.
Seriously.
Ozzy, today was, in fact, the last episode.
I just need to say, tonight was also the only episode I shouted out on the Natural 30s official Twitter. So, I've just been playing you this whole time.
Wow.
That's all.
Wow.
Just playing along.
Definitely how it is.
Sure.
Now, I think we should take all of these vibes that we have, all these good vibes, and we're
these
probably gonna
good
head over
vibes?
to Penny, who's doing a 4-year anniversary. And I just
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
That's just the greatest. So everyone, we thank you so much for having stuck with us. It's been so good. You're all wonderful. We love all of you, and we hope to see you again in the future for Campaign 2, for more side content. As per usual, lots of things are happening in the background. We're actually, you'd be surprised, but we don't just show up here on Sundays, play D&D, and then never talk again. There's so much going on in the background.
I don't know these people.
It feels like a job. I wish I got paid. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if you all want to pay Josie,
If y'all want to pay me, no.
I
No.
mean,
you can sub
No.
to the channel. Just
It's true,
You can,
it's
you
true,
can,
it's
but you
true,
don't
it's
have to.
you don't
Oh
have
my
to.
But-
gosh.
People, everyone, have a great time. Would someone mind setting this up for us? so
I
we can
will-
head off,
yes. I've
so we can
got you.
breathe.
I've
I
got you. Give Penny lots
I
of
am-
love.
Give
Or
Penny
else.
so much love, everyone.
Or else.
You're all wonderful.
Yes.
Or, oh shit, or else
Oh.
Nana will come find you.
And then we'll be disappointed.
I mean, she has been
Nana
traveling the
will come
land
for you.
picking up orphans, so
It's true. It's true.
You know.
It's like her
you
thing.
better look out. She'll come for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It's so true.
Kicks in the door. I've brought cookies!
Somebody want cookies?
You're my niece, you're my granddaughter, and you!
Blink twice if you don't know these people. I've never met them in my life. All right.
Everyone,
is ready
what a
for
show.
whatever.
You're all beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous.
Whew.
We'll see you in the future.
All right.
Say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. See you again soon. Soon.